Round 14 in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League season presents some outstanding duels, but none bigger than the contest at the Eastern Oval as East Point rolls out the welcome mat to North Ballarat. Fresh off its gargantuan task of toppling the red-hot Melton Bloods, the Roosters now face another challenge of colossal proportions as they shape up against Jake Bridges' second-placed Roos. The winner of the past two flags, East Point, has revealed it's a contender once again this season, despite the disappointment of dropping a tight one against Sebastopol at Marty Bush Reserve last week. Brendan McCartney's men are hitting their straps at the right time, and today provides another opportunity for the Roosters to reveal that they are indeed the real deal as they go up against a proven big game performer. One thing is for certain, and that is we are set for a belter in our round 14 Ballarat Toyota match of the day. My name is Wes Cusworth, and I'm shortly to be joined in commentary by Archie Burley. We can see on the ground right at the moment that we have a tribute. It is a very special day for the East Point Roos today. They are paying respect, acknowledging and supporting the Brick Wellness Centre here in Ballarat, and this is absolutely outstanding. Archie, as I welcome you to see the players lining up as they will on grand final day, the players of whatever two sides make it through, and we also see the netballers involved in this one. It's a very special occasion. The Brick Wellness Centre awareness and fundraising venture today.
Yeah, it's great, Wes. Looking forward to today's match. Looking for East Point to bounce back after last week's loss to Sebastopol.
And tell us about your investigations into the respective sides and what you have discovered about the fortunes of the two teams that are going to battle today.
Yeah, well, East Point that sit second on the ladder at the moment. Yeah, well, they've got they're the second in the comp for scoring, only behind Melton. But they're actually third. They had the third most points conceded against them. So I'm looking for their defence to hold up today, because it hasn't all year. But they're very good at scoring. So it shows they play a free-flowing game of football that is usually high scoring. And North Ballarat have the least points conceded. So a strong defence, but ranked 5th for points scored towards them. So they play opposite brands of footy, so it's going to be interesting how it folds out today.
As we see East Point sporting new jumpers today, Archie, what do you make of the Brick Wellness Centre support jumpers? They're certainly in stark contrast to their rivals North Ballarat, so it's going to be nice and easy to identify. I know there's a couple of jumper numbers that have been changed from the normal East Point jumpers, so that will test us, and at the same time I'm sure that there's some viewers through our McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League live stream of the Ballarat Toyota match of the day that will be wondering if they have identified the right player, but that's something that I'm sure that we'll be able to overcome.
Yeah, I quite like the jumpers, Wes. As the siren goes, probably not too far from starting. Yeah, you can see the numbers pretty crisp and shouldn't be making mistakes today. Not an excuse.
Well, I must say, East Point playing at a venue that has been maintained absolutely magnificently. Full credit to Ballarat Council. They've done a great job with grounds all around the region, and this is no exception. The Eastern Oval's looking an absolute picture when you consider that we really are in the depths of winter right at the moment. And I think back to a few decades ago, and the grounds around this region were often very, very heavy, but they've been absolutely pristine. Certainly that's been our experience in recent weeks, Archie.
Yeah, I think every ground we've commentated at, as you just mentioned then, has been in great nick, and especially from where we're from. They're not kept in as much good condition there. So, yeah, great work to the Ballarat Football League for keeping the grounds in good condition.
So the big men prepare to go at it. As you made mention, McCallum had a monstrous weekend last weekend. He not only kicked a monster goal by accident. I spoke to him before the game, and he nailed one from pretty much midfield. But here we go. It's going to be Joel Van Meel up against Cam McCallum and Archie Burley with the first of the action.
Van Meel gets the tap out. Can't quite get the ball. The North Ballarat player goes to ground, and we're going to have a ball up virtually in the same spot as we started. That was Tim Spears on the bottom of that pack. So go at it again. Van Meel, good tap. Early dominance. Gets it out. Calm that was, sorry. Good fist from behind from the East Point player. Gets it out. Trying to run. Good tackle from the East Point player and have a ball up. 65 metres out from North Ballarat's goal as McCallum wins the tap again. Early dominance from him. Good handball out from Rotomarinus. Now the North Ballarat player gathers possession, sends it inside 50. Can they get a clean ball here? Jamie Quick can't. Now snap around the corner from the North Ballarat player is a goal. And Simon McCartan kicks the first. Great snap around the corner on his left foot. North Ballarat have kicked a goal in the first minute of the game. Great build-up, and they just played a bit of surge footy there. And great work from McCartan to get on the end of that one. Snap it around the corner. Early momentum to North Ballarat.
Back in the middle of the Eastern Oval, McCallum, Van Meel. Van Meel it is with a good leap over the big former Ballarat minor, but the mark taken at halfback, and that's Matt Wilson. Short option, and North progress via Charlie Perks, sends it out wide, and Spears takes the mark on full stretch. Spears on centre wing, outer side of the ground. Long penetrating kick towards half-forward. McCartan the target, so too Sam Glover. Ball fisted away, taken by Quick. Looping handball over the top to McCartan. He wheels back inside, then kicks towards the top of the square, and it's taken by East Point and wrapped up in the tackle. Sort of pulled his kick a little bit there on that occasion. I sensed that he was maybe going a little bit deeper. And we have a ball up some 25 metres out from the Roosters' goal.
Ball up. Well on down there from Van Meel. Tackled straight away, the North Ballarat player, and it's going to be a ball up 35 metres out from their goal. Early signs from McCartan. He's getting on the end of them. He could have had another shot there, but tried to be unselfish. It's down. Van Meel gets a tap. Ballarat trying to win the ball back. On the bottom of that, it's an East Point player. He's, as the umpire said, he says it's no prior opportunity, and we're going to have a ball up 20 metres out from North Ballarat goal. Surging the ball forward. Good tap out from there. Thrown on the boot. Is it going through? No, it's just to the right side. And it's a behind for North Ballarat. So East Point will kick in.
1-1-7 plays East Point, no score, with the long penetrating kick in from Jacob Brown to the outer side of the ground. Roosters gather possession. Loverson tackled, gets the handball out to the advantage of Nash, although he's beset upon by a number of East Point rivals, and the ball is over the boundary line to be thrown in once again. 7 plays, none. It's North Ballarat with the early advantage, and we have gone just 4 minutes into the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Callum gets front spot. That's a good hit down. Can't quite. Now they're going to surge the ball forward. Trying, bibbling, and the ball's out of bounds. Taken over from Cam Lovig there. Just couldn't keep it in. They've got to look to spread here. North Ballarat. Leave some space for the forwards to lead into. The ball's back in. McCallum. That was a bit too easy, that tap. Gets it down. Can't win possession, North Ballarat. That's another ball up. It's a bit of stop-start footy to start the game here, Wes.
Yeah, it's a little more surprising, or it's surprising to me that it's like that to this point.
McCallum gets it down. The East Point player. Is it going to be a free kick? It is. It's going to go to McCallum. So he's going to look up. He's got a couple of players leading at him. He's probably just with not in his range. He sends it to the tip of the goal square. Can a North Ballarat player take the mark? And they can. It's a good mark over the top. Obviously, that was a set play. They knew it was going to fly over the top, and good set-up kick from McCallum. And hits Isaac Lovickson from the 5 metres out, kicks the goal. Registers North Ballarat's second goal, and they're off to a flyer. Isaac Lovickson kicking that one, and a great setup from McCallum. Early worrying signs from the East Point. Locals been pretty quiet. 5 minutes gone. No score to East Point. 2-1-13 North Ballarat. The Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. It's the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Well, the Roos actually haven't taken the ball forward. It's certainly been a bright beginning by North Ballarat. We saw them in what was a most emphatic performance last week against the Melton Bloods, and they've started very well today. I thought Cam McKellar might have had another shot there. He certainly kicked beyond that distance last week. That was Van Meel winning the tap out once again, kicking the ball forward. North Ballarat. The player in question was Tom Bromley Lynch, but it's taken at half-back by Liam Howard. Howard sends it out laterally. Ganley set his teammate a task. Bit of a challenging one there for the Roos. As the pack forms over the football, and the umpire has ultimately intervened and said that East Point dived on the footy, and as a consequence, they concede a free kick. Offloading by hand. Little kick forward. Might have been Nash to half forward, outer side of the ground, and the ball over the boundary line, some 45 metres around from the Roosters' scoring zone. They lead 2-1-13. East Point yet to score. 7 minutes travelled in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
And then ball up. Can't quite. Good tapping forward. They're just surging it forward. Oh, it's a good little check step. And he's caught. And he's given a high tackle. So the free kick's going out of the North Ballarat player. It's Jack Riding. 35 metres out. He tried to get around the player and he just slipped high. It's interesting, that one, because that could come under the new interpretation of the rule that he purposely dropped the shoulder, but the umpire said it was high. Could got ahead of him. Not much breeze about. Kicks, it looks all right. The North Ballarat players get around him. He's kicked the goal. Jack Riding kicks North Ballarat's third, and they're off to a ripping start. Just winning all the ball around the contest, and East Point can't seem to get going. Brings it to no score. East Point to 3-1-19. North Ballarat. 8 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Yeah, really worrying signs now for East Point. Their capacity to clear the ball has just hasn't been there. I mean, Van Meel's actually contending really well in the ruck at the moment against McCallum, but that's about where it stops as North Ballarat lead 3-1-19. East Point yet to score. McCallum wins this one, taken by Merritt. East Point eventually work it out to the advantage of Dodd. Rhoda Moronis spun around, gets the footy out. There's Spears throwing himself into the contest. Eventually East Point go forward, courtesy of Cam Lovig. Awkward bouncing football. Now it spills out to the advantage of McDougall. McDougall over the top, and there we go. It's JJ Jordan Johnston with the first East Point goal of the game. He'll be delighted to be back on the goal kickers list after going through last week without a major. And they've pulled one back, reduced the margin back to 13 points. North Ballarat 3-1-19. East Point 1 straight 6.
Yeah, great work from East Point there. They just quick transition out from there. It was the rush ball forward, bit of the panic kick, and they didn't know what to do with it. North Ballarat, and yeah, as you mentioned, Geordie Johnston kicking a goal after he didn't kick one last week. The first week he didn't. That's his 40th goal for the season. So he's coming up one of the best in the league as we're back in the middle. McCallum doesn't quite win it, neither does Van Meel. Now Merritt goes forward. Can he find a target? It was bounced off the hands of the North Ballarat player in Jordan Taylor. Now they win it back, East Point. They get something going good. Linking handball to the middle. Now Merritt, can he hit the target? He can, but it's a North Ballarat jumper. As they'll look to go out on the outer side here. They do. McCallum's in the middle. The kick wasn't quite there. It's contested. East Point will win the ball back. That was Jacob Brown. Go back through. Now North Ballarat, they kick it. They've got a man all on his own. This is Ma. Can he get the ball and go? He can. He kicks it in. Luke in front of him. Gets it over the top to Glover, and Glover runs in and kicks the goal just like that, coast to coast. From North Ballarat. Exciting football here at Eastern Oval. It was great work from Ryan Luke, all out on his own. Ran forward and, yeah, had Sam Glover in all sorts of space.
How did he get so alone?
I think his player went up and tried to impact the contest, and he was just no one manned him up.
So that 19-point margin restored here at the Eastern Oval. 10.5 minutes into our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. North Ballarat 4-1-25, leading East Point 1 straight 6. Van Meel again, palms it down with the left. Secondary knockdown was by Merritt. Now it's taken by the opposing number 7 in O'Brien, but a free kick has been conceded and it's going the way of Lovig. Lovig swings away on the right, kicks towards half forward, and a good mark taken some 55 metres from home. East Point, drive forward, drifting back with the flight of the football. Courageous stuff from Sam Scally. He knew there was going to be some attention coming from behind, but he stood tall, works it out wide to the scoreboard side of the ground. Scoreboard that indicates 19 points separate these two sides. The Roosters, bit of an up and under, kick to a 2-on-1 contest. Front of the pack is riding. Can't gather a clean possession. Opposing number 16 in Lovig was there. Now Riding takes possession. He is taken to ground and the pack forms around him, and the umpire ultimately says that at the 12-minute mark of this first term, we'll have a ball up on the outer side of the ground.
McCallum, good tap in the outside, trying to get that outside ball moving. Not quite. It's going to be another ball up in a similar position to what we just had. Look at the movement here outside from East Point. They've got a player off the stoppage here. He could impact. Comes out wide, and the ball trickles out of bounds. Bit of a holding pattern this game, Wes. Can't seem to get the ball out of that far wing.
Certainly spending a lot of time over there,
Yes.
isn't it?
The one time it came over here, coast-to-coast goal, so might be played all over that side today. Comes back in, McCallum. No, neither ruckman really won it. And then the secondary hit-out was good to his teammate in Curran. Now they get it back, go forward. Can they take a mark? They can. It's a strong mark from the North Ballarat player. He looks to turn and go. Now he does. Can he hit a target? It's a one-on-one inside the 50. Handball over the top. Handball over the top of the North Ballarat player. And there's a whistle. Clay Jenkins was running into an open goal there, and Liam Howard's got the free kick. They escaped to the outer side. That was Carson. And now the short kicks. Good. Hit him up. Jack Jeffrey. And he hits someone he can't, and it goes out of bounds. That was interesting there, Wes. They had all the time in the world. They had players everywhere, and the free kick was given away.
Yeah, there was no question Liam Howard was being held there on that occasion, so good decision by the umpire. Spotted it well. It would have been in his peripheral vision. As the ball's thrown in, Van Meel up against the taller McCallum, palmed down by McCallum. Taken by the Roos, however, they kick towards half forward. Awkward bouncing footy for Matt Johnston. Can't take possession. There's Tate. Now North Ballarat work hard to get it out. O'Brien back inboard. Opportunity for Curran. Wheels around, does a full lap. Then they square it up. Bromley Lynch has it at centre half back. Comes to the commentary side of the ground. Has, well, it's a real one-on-one situation. How does the footy bounce? It might favour East Point here on this occasion, although there's Bromley Lynch. Followed his kick well, got it out to Riding. Trying to burst through the pack, North Ballarat. Bit of push and shove. Riding dispatches and dispenses Joe Fraser. Oh, copying a knock there. East Point player went to ground. And then ultimately the umpire calls for a ball up.
I think that was Jordan Taylor there. Went in hard 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was. He might have copped a little bit of a knock to the scon. Okay.
McCallum gets it down. Good hit out as well. Rove. Now they get it out. Now they've got a little chain of link-up handballs. Can't quite. That was Spears. Now they go through. Here's Perks. Can he hit someone inside the 50? He can. And Glover takes a good contested mark. It was a good kick there from Perks, and he put it to the advantage of Sam Glover. He's got a 48-metre kick to kick North Ballarat's 5th goal. Not much wind around Wes. He's just got to go straight at the left post and let it work back. It's the task he's got in front of him. Comes in. That left foot looks delightful. Has it got the distance? It does. Sam Glover kicks the goal. And North Ballarat have kicked their 5th. It's 1 goal straight. East Point 6 to 5-1-31. 15 and a half minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. North Ballarat are well in control of this game.
Yeah, they've certainly come with some intent today. They playing the far better football. East Point's having a red-hot crack, but they just aren't able to connect like North Ballarat is. As we're back in the middle of the Eastern Oval. McCallum wins it down. Taken by Rhoda Moronis. Releases round by hand. Doesn't quite hit the target. East Point retained possession. Comes out to Chris Carson. Has it the commentary side of the centre circle at Eastern Oval. Kick towards half forward. Juggling sort of mark and taken by McDougall. McDougall does well. He's forced to swing onto his left but kicks with his right towards the top of the square. Bouncing footy. Good gather by Perks. Battling hard. Bromley Lynch sweeping handball to the favour of Tate. Tate back in board. That's a dangerous territory in which to kick the footy. Nice gather by Riding. Had to take it on the half volley. Cut off by Tom Brown. Now East Point with an opportunity to go forward. The lead comes. It's Mitch Walsh. Takes it on the bounce. Whoop. Mark. The handball was spilt there on that occasion. That opens the door for North Ballarat. And they do well. Loving. Succession of handballs by North Ballarat. Just constantly able to get themselves out of trouble as Loader kicks it towards centre wing. Here's Loverson. And the ball over the boundary line. And indeed, the boundary umpire will come into play. Some 17 minutes into this first term, North Ballarat 5-1-31, leading the Roos 1 straight 6 in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Callum vs Brown now. It's a good tap out forward. The North Ballarat player won it, and then Rhoda Moronis goes in well and gets the hand. That's a good chain of handballs. Now they're out on the outer side through Taylor. Can he find someone? It's a tough task for Jackson Merritt, but he keeps it in front of himself, and the North Ballarat player gets caught, and it's holding the ball. Be a free kick to North Ballarat just on their defensive 50. It's a tough task for Jackson Merritt in that situation as Geordie Johnston goes back to the flight and takes a good mark. Let's keep his eyes on that one and got a bit of body contact with it. So to move it on quickly, the drop mark from Jordan Taylor, that could be costly here. Can they win it back? North Ballarat, they can, and that's good hands from Spears. Now through the middle. Oh, big hit. That was on Curran. Now they might get the ball back. And Rhoda Moronis can't take it cleanly. Gets on the bottom of the pack. Did he dive on that one? How's the umpire going to see it? He says no prior opportunity, and we'll have a ball up. Really cracking in hard here today. Brown versus McCallum. Even ruck contest. They get the ball out into space. JJ Geordie Johnson gets in and gets tackled. It's a high. Didn't duck into that one. A couple of players moving forward. Merritt, Brown are one of them. Jack Jeffries there as well. Usually be on the end of this kick. Geordie Johnston, but he's going to send it in long. Who's going to take a mark? There's a player at the back. Can he get over the top? He can't. And it's strong back with a flight of the ball from Ryan Hobbs. They're going to move it on quickly. This is Scully. Shorter. Back to Scully. Good handball chain here. There's Spears. They keep going. Can they do the one more? They probably sold himself into trouble. They had to get it on the boot. They didn't have anything afield. Now they keep going. They win it back. Great work from Curran. He spins out of that one. Can he hit a target inside the 50? Just on it. You take the mark. He can't. There's a plethora of players run inside 50. They appeal for holding the ball, and the umpire says, give it to me. 50 metres out from North Ballarat's goal. Exciting footy, Wes.
Yeah, 45 metres out with 20 minutes travelled in this first term. Another opportunity for North Ballarat. Squaring football, juggling, taken by Loader. Well, directly in front, just 20 metres out. And one would imagine that Fletcher Loader has kicked far harder goals than the one that he's about to undertake as he kicks to the western end of the Eastern Oval. His side in the ascendancy by 25 points, and he misses. So that's a disappointing result for a fairly experienced player who has plenty of talent too. North Ballarat, 5-2, 26-point leaders over East Point, 1 straight 6. You'd imagine the Roos would need to pull 1 or 2 back before quarter time, Archie.
Yeah, big let off there from Fletcher Loader. Jacob Brown has the kicking duties. So you're going to settle it down, or they're going to try and roll the dice? It's going to go long down the line. Hope someone can fly over the top. Trying to kick to his brother, and he can't. It's a good mark from the back. From Bryson McDougall. So he looks for the shorter option, and he hits it in Joel Marr. Now he's going to go. Try and look down the line, and he does. Good kick. Mark couldn't be taken by Tom Brown. Now North Ballarat at the rebound. Might go quickly and go coast to coast if the player... If Jonathan O'Brien grabbed the ball, he couldn't. Now they win it back. Go through. Oh, good interception from the North Ballarat player. They go forward. Glover with sticky hands as always. Now looks up. Got a couple of plays running. Can he hit him? He can. That's Jamie Quick. Wants to go. Kicks to a one-on-one of the goal scorer, and too easy for McCallum. Way outsized his opponent there, and great kick from Jamie Quick to his advantage, and McCallum makes no mistake. Players appealing for touched, and going to have a little bit of a discussion. The goal umpire and field umpire here. He was all of 8 metres out, and he may have missed.
Calling in another field umpire just to have a chat about.
He's given it a goal. After a little bit of discussion, it's North Ballarat's 6th goal here. East Point, 1 goal, 6 to North Ballarat, 6-2, 38. 23 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. Everything going North Ballarat's way.
Yeah, it sure is. East Point now in deficit by 32 points deep into this first term. Worrying signs for them. Let's watch for the next takeaway. Loader. O'Brien sending it sky high was Wilson out into space. So the foot race is well and truly on. Running onto it is Loverson. Takes possession, but he's thrown to ground by Rhoda Moronis in a desperate tackle. And Rhoda Moronis wins himself a free kick. The midfield beast, they call him. Short option finds Jackson Merritt. Merritt to half forward. The intended target was McDougall. Ball goes to ground. Taken by the Roosters. Dispossessed. Now an opportunity for Taylor. Sky high kick. There's Bromley Lynch. Wilson taken to ground once again. Bursting through Marr. And ultimately the umpire will intervene and call for a ball up on the point of the square as we tick towards the 24-minute mark of our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. First term, it's North Ballarat 6-2, 38. East Point 1 straight 6.
I reckon the ruck was a change for North Ballarat. Good tap out from Brown, and it's going to throw it up again. A couple of ruck options today for either team. McCallum will prioritise in the ruck as a good tap out from Brown. Can they get it away here? East Point, they can. Good run from the East Point player. Has a dash. Can he kick it long? He can. It's it over the top. Is it through? No. That player was Jacob Brown, and he got through the pack and just couldn't kick the goal. Went over the heads of the 2 players in the square.
Yeah, it was certainly exciting, wasn't it?
Now, North Ballarat to the outer side. Good lead up from Glover, and takes a good mark on the lead. Looks up, likes to get things moving. On this occasion, he's just going to slow it up. On that left foot, kicks. Doesn't really hit anyone, but it works out anyway. The chaos ball inside 50. Now O'Brien. Can he find someone? Or McCallum, it's a foot race back to goal here. The East Point player kicks it towards the boundary, but it's going to stay in. He now gathers. He's got a player in support. He gets it to him. It's Brown. Brown's got to be careful about what he does here. He gets slammed into the turf. The umpire says play on, and they escape. East Point, as they go over the top. Can't quite. Now North Ballarat are going to win the ball back again. That was Bromley Lynch. Now Clay Jenkins inside. Can they take a mark this time? They can, and it's a good, strong, contested mark from Jamie Quick. He just held his ground And no East Point player impacted the stoppage. They'd be disappointed with that one. Because in that situation, you just have to half the contest. But no East Point player ever came. And Jamie Quick's going to try and kick North Ballarat's 7th goal from 50 metres. Gives it, hangs out right, and never looked like coming back. He had the distance quite easily, but as you see, when players try and hook around the corner and get the extra distance, it just never quite always seems to affect the accuracy. 1-1-7 East Point to 6-3-39 North Ballarat.
So the Roos deep in the first term in the Ballarat Toyota match of the day. They really just need to pull at least one back now, one would think, before quarter time, as they've really drifted here. Jacob Brown with the kick-in duties. Oh, has his kick smothered by Sam Arts. Arts will run in and will kick another goal. And North Ballarat on a roll at the moment. They have stretched the lead out to 38 points in the shadows of quarter time. They lead 7-3-45. East Point 1-1-7, and what very inventive stuff from Sam Arts.
It's quite unbelievable, isn't it, Wes? That's what scoreboard pressure does. The best type of pressure in football is scoreboard pressure. And when you're 5 goals, 6 goals down going to quarter time, you try and create something that's not there and start to make silly mistakes like that you wouldn't usually make. So back in the middle. Brown and McCallum. Good tap out from Brown. He's contested well. And O'Brien throws it on the boot. It's a good contest and it might trickle out of bounds. If it does, it will. The umpire says throw it in. He had an efficient attempt to keep it in. McCallum and Brown. Battle for front spot. McCallum quite easily gets it out. It just bounces past O'Brien as they win the ball back. East Point over the top. This is Jeffrey. Can't quite now. Rhoda Moronis gets it in. He dives on it. The umpire might have seen it. Is he going to pay? And he says no prior opportunity. So we hear red time being yelled out. Not long to go. Under a minute. Gets it back. Good hands from the North Ballarat player. Jackson Merritt, he's got some toe here. He keeps it in. And no, the boundary umpire ruins the opportunity and says it's gone out of bounds. I could see something magical happening in front of us there, Wes.
Jackson Merritt would have loved that opportunity, I'm sure. McCallum front position up against Brown. Opportunity for East Point. Ma kicks his side forward. What can they conjure up here? Does this bounce through? It's a 2-on-1 situation and it's rushed over the line by North Ballarat as East Point move along to 1-2-8, but they trail North Ballarat 7-3-45. The margin is 37 points in the shadows of quarter time in the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Going to kick out. They might just take their time here. They're pretty happy and content with this lead. North Ballarat wouldn't want to concede one late, but also it's another goal going into the second quarter. Be good as they get it out the back here. Oh, it's a good rundown tackle. The umpire says holding the ball. It was Sam Arts who was out and running him down. The East Point player. That's what they need, a bit more of that.
It was a great tackle by Matt Johnson, wasn't it?
The captain leading the way. Now Merritt kicks inside and oh, well done. He held his ground really well there, Harry Loader. Nearly pushed out of the contest, but stayed in front. And to all the young boys and girls watching at home, that's why you stay in front of your man. It's a short kick as he gets bumped by the player and it's front on contact. Can't do that when you're not looking at the ball. Just going to try and, this is Scully, he's just going to try and run the clock down, I'd say. They find another uncontested player out wide. Nearly 30 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. Not much movement ahead of the ball. So you're going to try and hit something in the middle. It's just over the head of the player, but it's going to work out anyway. Kick, bit of an upper under ball. Oh, good mark, back with a flight. That's Sam Arts. All eyes for the ball there. That's courageous stuff. He's got to get the ball moving, though. He plays on, doesn't get back off his mark. Can someone get the ball inside 50? They can't. It's off hands. Now it's a scrap for the ball. Can they get their hands out? They've won these all day, North Ballarat. The umpire says, give it to me.
That was really courageous by Sam Arts there.
Wasn't it?
Terrific stuff.
It's the type of stuff that gets your team going. Get you willing along. Not that I need to get going. 15 metres out. Good tap. And it's straight to the hands. And James Curran couldn't get rid of it in that situation.
Big men fly. Opportunity for East Point to clear. Bit of a barrel coming out of the last line of defence. Taken by Canny. Ma. He's got some support. Oh, ridden into the turf there, and the umpire saw it. And it's going to be a free kick. Oh, little bit of added physicality in the game. Ma, the recipient of the free kick at half-back.
It's always good.
Defensive 50. Sends it out wide. Not a great kick, though. Kicks only so far as O'Brien, who spills a mark that he would normally have taken. That opens the door for East Point to converge on the scene and to lock it in and cause the umpire to come in and ball it up again with some 37 points separating the two sides. It's the visiting Roosters in control.
Now, this can't be long to go. He has to be under a minute. Ball can't quite gather possession, either team. They're like bees to a honey pot at the moment. Now, kicked out. Can North Ballarat send it inside 50, or can East Point hold on? Good gather from the North Ballarat player. That's Jamie Quick. He's given a free kick. He's going to take advantage anyway. He's got to get this ball inside 50 and give him a chance. And he hits the kick on a dime. He knew he had to kick it flat and low, and Jack Riding gets on the end of it. He knew they didn't have time to go back and give the free kick to his teammate, and running through the middle, used another player as a decoy, and then hits Jack Riding. He's got a chance to kick their 8th goal, 50 metres out. Have to give it everything. On that left foot, it's a high ball. It probably doesn't have the carry. Can they take a mark? They can't. It's a whistle, and it's a free kick to the East Point player in Liam Howard. Probably just try and run down the clock here, but every time I say that, they take a risk. They go long down the line. Big fly over the top from Tom Brown. Couldn't take it. Now, East Point going in again hard was Jack Riding. It's a sling, and it's a free kick to the East Point player. It's going to go down. The crowd's getting quite vocal over the grandstand. Now East Point, can they get possession back? That was really good from Geordie Johnston. Good hands out wide. They can't quite win the ball, and it's going to be a ball up. Outer side wing. 33 minutes gone in this first term on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Palm down by McCallum. And immediately East Point effect a tackle and lock it up again. We'll have another ball up. Ticking towards the 34-minute mark of this first term. It's been a very long, drawn-out quarter. Of course, 7 majors kicked by North Ballarat. Here's Dodd. Quick kick forward by Jackson Merritt. And bounces just before the line. And the boundary umpire will come into play between centre wing and half forward. 7-3-45 plays 1-2-8, all one-way traffic here at the Eastern Oval, and it's the visiting Roosters in the ascendancy. McCallum palms it down on the left, but it's roved by East Point, kick inside 50. Now a challenging sort of football for North Ballarat to defend. They take possession and immediately wrapped up in the tackle. That's Ma applying the tackle there. Trying to burst away was Geordie Johnston. Taken by the Roosters. Succession of handballs. McCartan was part of the chain. So too Tate. Very, very hard in the clinches right now by two sides that we know full well will be contending when the whips are cracking at the end of our McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League season for 2022.
Nearly 35 minutes gone. This is an unbelievably long quarter as McCallum gets it down to his teammate. That was Charlie Perks. He couldn't quite get the ball forward. Rhoda Moronis goes in hard as always. Does he win himself a free kick? He does. Now, is he going to slow it up and just play the rest of the quarter out? Is he going to get it moving and try and give him a scoring opportunity? Moronis goes short, and umpire says he didn't get the behind his mark. It doesn't matter anyway. The siren goes. An extra long quarter there, 35 minutes gone, and it was all dominated by North Ballarat. East Point 128 to North Ballarat 7-3-45 on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. What did you make of that, Wes?
Yeah, very impressive effort by North Ballarat. They had goal kickers in Glover who booted 2, McCartan, Lovison, Riding, McCallum and Harts 1 apiece in their 7-3-45. Geordie Johnston, the solitary goal kicker for East Point, as they sit at just 1-2-8 at the completion of a 35-minute first term here at the Eastern Oval. Plenty of work for the Roos to do on what's a special day for them as they support the Brick Wellness Centre. And we know that they will come out and they will be certainly challenged at quarter time. And we look forward to what that might bring in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
As proud sponsors of the Ballarat Football Netball League, we love supporting local.
And love community sport, and we encourage everyone to get out there, support your local football and netball league, and of course, support local business.
Welcome back to the Ballarat Toyota match of the day in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. North Ballarat 7-3-45, leading East Point 1-8. Looking around the grounds in Sebastopol, 7 straight 42. Archie Burley to back a smash 2-2-14. Let's hope Max Eastmuir's got a little bit of the football, but at the moment it looks like it's been mainly Sebast.
He'll get him back on top, don't worry, Wes.
Redan 3-3-21, leading Darley 3-1-19, a really tight one there. Lake Wendouree 3-1-19, leading Ballarat 2-3-15, and in the clash at Melton, McPherson Park, it's the Bloods 3-2-20, just 5-point leaders over Melton South 2-3-15. Second quarter action in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. Here's Archie Burley.
McCallum, Van Meel. McCallum doesn't quite win it. Van Meel gets the crumb. Well done. Handballs it forward. It's a bit of a loose ball and a good tackle from the East Point player in Matt Johnston. Setting the scene early, the captain. They got an almighty spray at quarter time, so let's hope they respond well here. McCallum hits it into space. Well done, Merritt. Over-tracking the ball. Handball back. Merritt wants it. Can't quite get it to him. That was Toolman running over the ball, and we're going to have a ball up virtually in the centre square. In the centre circle, sorry. Back. McCallum and Van Meel. Van Meel probably won that one. Merritt throws it on the boot. Now in front, Jack Jeffrey. Didn't have prior, and the umpire says, give it to me. Bit of stop-start footy to start this second quarter.
McCallum front position, Van Meel reaching over the top. The umpire says there was infringement, and it's going to go the way of the Big Mac. McCallum, the former Ballarat miner, kicked one of the goals of the year last week at Mars Stadium. Bit of a worm-burning kick. I'm not quite sure that came off quite as well as he would have liked. And there's been a collision there on that occasion as the East Point player was pushed into his rival, Sam Arts, and he doesn't look too good at all, Jacob Brown. And it was an incidental knock to the head, but it came as a consequence of a bit of a shove. East Point have it at half-back. Kick towards a 1-on-2 situation, and unfortunately for East Point, they're outnumbered. Although there's Rhoda Moronis entering the equation, always in the vicinity, and he actually wins possession. Sweeping handball out to the advantage of Mar. Does it sit for him? Yes, it does. He kicks towards goal. It's a 1-on-1, and a mark spilt on the line by Mitch Walsh. He did quite well there. He just worked his player off the footy, but couldn't hold on to a mark that he might have been expected to take, and now the margin sits at 36 points between these two teams. North Ballarat 7-3-45, East Point 1-3-9.
Ned Nash kicking in. It was turned over from Motoronis. He gets his kick smothered. Now, kick in from the East Point player. That was Mark, and he finds someone he can't. It's off hand. Can they kick a goal here? They've got a couple of players around. Can't get the handball on. Oh, silky stuff from the North Ballarat player. That was Simon McCartan. Had all the time in the world. A little bit of Scott Pendlebury about that. No one wanted to tackle him, and finds the player on the outer side as they progress it through Luke. Ryan Luke goes up, kicks towards the wing, and they get it here, and it's well done from the East Point player to get behind the ball. That was Jacob Brown. He's recovered well. Oh, no, it was his brother who got hit. Now he's going to go forward. Just long down the line stuff. Nothing too risky. Geordie Johnston trying to get over the back, and he can't. It's punched over the boundary line. 1-3-9 East Point to 7-3-45. North Ballarat, 3 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. It's the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
The rain just starting to sprinkle down here at the Eastern Oval as Van Meel sets himself against McCallum once again. Good work by Van Meel, although the handball was cut off by Bromley Lynch. Racing through, and the free kick's going to go the way of Spears on right half-back. Opportunity as North Ballarat progress, and Quick takes the mark on centre wing. He moves it forward by foot. Reaching over the top there on that occasion was Ryan Luke. He goes back, has another opportunity, although he's a little bit slow on that occasion, and as a consequence, a good tackle has been provided by Sam Q, wearing the long sleeves, and has it in left back pocket, his side in deficit by some 36 points early doors second term.
Q, turns it over. Bad turnover there. The North Ballarat player gives it to Fletcher Loader, and he hits a target. Umpire says play on, not 15. Around the corner, left snap, and it's across the face for a boundary throw-in. It was a good intercept marked there from Clay Jenkins. He gave it off to Fletcher Loader, and he hit a target nicely on his opposite foot, but the umpire said it didn't travel the required distance, so we'll have a throw-in. 15 metres out from North Ballarat's goal. Can they do something here? Oh, good hands again, I think. Around the corner, it's thrown on the boot from the North Ballarat player, Charlie Perks, and he's kicked the goal. Around his body, they found a little bit of space when there was none, and they're off to a flyer again. 1-3-9 East Point to 8-3-51 North Ballarat, and a dominant display. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter. This is the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Well, this is a worrying deficit that East Point's facing right at the moment. I know they have plenty of time in which to turn things around, but right at the moment they're not quite looking like it. It's North Ballarat proving dominant. They're certainly demonstrating the sort of form that we saw of them in the third term last week against Melton in that very impressive victory to topple the previously unconquered Bloods. Back in the middle, McCallum and Van Meel. And it's the latter that wins it down. He's leaping well, Van Meel. He's really competitive against McCallum, and we know that McCallum, in accordance with your stats of last week, Archie, had plenty of knockouts. But I tell you what, Van Meel's been very presentable. It's probably been the guys at ground level that haven't capitalised. As we see the ball kicked forward. Sweeping handball. Opportunity for Matt Johnston. Doubles back and then retreats with the handball. Worm-burning kick inboard. And the mark's taken by Dodd. So what can East Point do from left half back? Surveying the landscape. And the left-footed Dodd. Bit of an up and under. Kicks towards a 2-on-1 and a good mark taken by Matt Johnston in front of McCallum. He wheels around onto the right. Kicks towards half forward. And Geordie Johnston, a lovely sliding mark. Marks 55 from goal. Quickly moves it on. He has a lead coming. Fisted away. Well done, North Ballarat. It ricochets out as far as Chris Carson, who sends it straight back with a long kick. He's kicked a magnificent goal, Chris Carson. That is exactly what East Point need to do to ignite their game today. They've pulled it back to a 36-point deficit, but that is inspirational stuff from Chris Carson for East Point.
Oh, it was unlucky from Ryan Hobbs. He got in front of his man, did the hard yards and went the fist, and unluckily Carson was just waiting there and settled from 50, realised that he couldn't hit anything up inside the forward 50 and took the moment, took the opportunity and kicked the goal from outside 50. Made that look a lot easier than it is to kick that on the run from 55. So back in the middle, McCallum and Van Meel. McCallum nearly wins it. Van Meel, great work on the second attempt. Now Jamie Quick, handball out. They're going to go wide here, out to us in the commentary box. There's a mark spilt by James Curran. That could be costly. Oh, great tackle coming from behind was Clay Jenkins. He's played a ripping quarter. He's been everywhere. It's going to go the short kick. And now the handball. This is Spears. Doesn't decide. He's going to try and hit someone in the forward 50. Glover running at it. No, it's a good fist away from Walsh as they go back in. There's pressure here. Did he dive on the ball? The umpire says, give it to me. Ball up. 20 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. And it's been exciting footy in the 8 minutes we've had in this second quarter. McCallum comes in, tries to get it down on his plays. He can't. Good tackle from Jackson Merritt. And we'll have a ball up 10 metres out from North Ballarat's goal. And McCallum, easy to like. Handball down on his plays. Couldn't quite get it through. And good smother from the East Point player. That one looked on target. It's the type of desperation you need to try and get your team back on track. McCallum just pushes Van Meel out of the way and he gives a free kick away and it's going the way of McCallum, I think. It is. There's a bit of push and shove. Don't want to give away a 50. I don't think it really matters when he's 10 metres out. I thought that was pretty unlucky. Van Meel got pushed and he just gave him a little shove back and the umpire saw it as a ruck infringement. So McCallum, who kicked one in the first quarter, he's been dominant, had 63 hit-outs last week. From no more than 10 metres, leans back and slots it. And North Ballarat are on their way. I know it's early, but they're killing them now. 2-3-15 East Point to 9-3-57 North Ballarat. 9.5 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. This is the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Second for McCallum. Joins Sam Glover as a multiple goal kicker. And they've had plenty with this 42-point advantage as we tick towards the 10-minute mark of our second term here at the Eastern Oval. So once again, it's the Roos needing to respond. They need to get a string of goals to get themselves back into this contest. Van Meel and McCallum. McCallum palms it down. We'll give him credit for that one. There's Bromley Lynch. Burst through. Throws it on the boot. Towards centre half forward. Mark Spilt at ground level. Turned over there on that occasion was that player in Cam Lovey. Snapped by the Roosters, and it's missing to the left of the scoring zone, and it's on the full.
He burnt Lovison there. He was running all by himself.
Here's Ganley with the kicking duties.
So they go on the other side. It's a risky kick, and oh, well done by the North Ballarat player going back with a flight. So he hits it out, and it's going to be a throw-in. Ryan Polkinghorn, that was.
Yeah, initially named emergency Ryan Polkinghorn, brought into the contest. So one of two Polkinghorns, and obviously one that'll aim to make an impact today.
It's a good tackle from the East Point player. And how do you reckon they get themselves back in this match, Wes? Is it contest the ball? Is it spreading? Is it game plan?
They need to do something vastly different.
McCallum gets a hit down. North Ballarat going. And it's good tackle as it took him on there. And they want to go quickly. They want to go through the middle. It's a piercing ball. It gets past him. That's a danger of trying to hit those kicks. And now North Ballarat, can they transition out? There's still good pressure coming from East Point. And they do from the outer wing. Just going to slow it down, take the tempo off the game. Runs away. Kicks long down. There's not much down there for North Ballarat. East Point should win the ball when they don't. And the umpire says no prior opportunity. It was unlucky because Jackson Merritt just ran out of the tackle. And a ball up on the outer side. Attacking 50 from North Ballarat. McCallum gets a good hit down. Van Meel taps it over his head. Oh, good tackle from the North Ballarat player. And it's going to be another ball up in virtually the same position. 2-3-15 East Point to 9-3-57 North Ballarat. So go back down. Can't quite. You can throw a blanket over 20 players at the moment. They're all around it. And it's another ball up. A little bit of stop-start footy here. Would probably suit North Ballarat. I don't mind slowing the game down a little bit here. So go, quick kick inside the 50. Well set up the East Point player behind the ball. He's got a couple of players running through him the outer side. He doesn't want to go through the middle. Instead, he's worked himself into a little bit of trouble. It's come off the side of the boot. Can the East Point player be good enough? It's Liam Howard. He loses the ball. Glover gets it, and oh, for the second time today. Just couldn't keep it in, Sam Glover.
I think he saw the humour in that, didn't he, really, with the boundary umpire intervening?
Something special was going to come up after that.
Ball thrown in. Doing the ruck work now is Ryan Luke for North Ballarat. Fighting hard at ground level is O'Brien. Pack forms, and the Sharon's not coming out of there. The umpire will intervene. I think it's East Point's contested footy has been solid. Just not connecting like North Ballarat are when they go forward. Riding. Works it out to Spears. Spears wants to swing onto the left. Can he pull it back? He pulls it back, but not quite enough. Through for a minor score as North Ballarat move along to 9-4-58. 43-point leaders over the Roos, 2-3-15. And we've gone 14 minutes in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. This is the second term.
That looked good most of the way. Cam Lovey kicks out now to the pocket, and they're going to go longer. Straight down the middle. That's a huge kick. And, coming across, great mark from the North Ballarat player in Polkinghorne. Back in the middle. And they're going to send a long high ball. Can someone get under this? Glover's searching for it. He can't quite. There's a good rove and then thrown on the boot. Smothered. That's the desperation that East Point need. And they're just going to go off the ground. Try and hack it forward. But well set up. North Ballarat are. So they're going to go through the other outer side. That's Sam Arts. Can he get the kick? He went for the one hand. Jamie Quick. Interesting decision. They're going to win it back. It was a good tap forward from the East Point player. But now they retain possession through Jonathan O'Brien, and then through the middle, through Max Tate, and it's handballed. It's the holding the man free kick, and it's going to go to the way of Sam Arts, who might go through the middle. He does. It's a risky kick, and well done. Push out of the way. That's Jackson Merritt. That's the experience and the skill of an ex-AFL player coming there as he wants to move it on quickly. He does. He hits the kick. That's Bryson McDougall. Wants to go fast. Kicks. He's 50 out. Is it going through? Geordie Johnson lets it go, and it's just missing to the near side. It looked good most of the way. Bryson McDougall running through and having a shot from 50, but well done from East Point. That was a better passage of play. 2-4-16. East Point to 9-4-58. North Ballarat. 16 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
So the Roosters, Harry Loader with the kick-in duties, go wide. The target there is Hobbs, but good work by East Point. Out bustling on that occasion. They'll send it straight back inside 50. JJ's the target, and front position with Loader. Happy to see the ball over the line in front of a packed balcony over there at East Point. Enjoying the contest to a certain extent.
Not much to cheer about.
Just, looking for more to cheer about. There's no question of that. No doubt they've enjoyed Cooter at lunch. Quick snap on goal comes from East Point. Goal square stuff. Juggling, claiming the mark was North Ballarat, but the umpire not so interested. Is this an opportunity? I'm hammering into the post was Jordan Johnston, and another minor score as East Point move along to 2-5-17, trailing by 41 points. North Ballarat 9-4-58.
The way that Harry Loader has played Geordie Johnson has been really good so far. He stayed up on him in the contest, but then let him go when he wants to get further up the ground. So they're going to exit. This is Fletcher Loader. Jamie Quick wants it in front of him. He doesn't like that option, so he's going to go a little bit longer. He jumps, and it's a nice attempt from the North Ballarat player in Ryan Luke. The umpires saw it as unrealistic. They've got a player in the middle. It's Merritt. He doesn't see him, or he doesn't want to go to him. Either one of the way. Now Brown goes long. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Crashing in there was the North Ballarat player. Well done. Rhoda Morris is there. We know he loves. He tackles his own player nearly, and it's going to be a stoppage either way.
I think it was a double tackle there on that occasion. They were pretty tight, weren't they?
Van Meel, Loader, out, can't grab the ball, and Rhoda Moronis gets the ball, keeps it in, and he nearly did something special there. He's a contested bull. Loves crashing into the packs. I thought we were about to see something magical. As the ball's in, 35 metres out from East Point's goal. McCallum can't quite get it down to his teammate. Head over it, it's the North Ballarat player, and the umpire says, give it to me. 30 metres out from the East Point goal.
Callum doesn't even need to jump on that occasion, palms it down. Oh, no, handballing off to the wrong player, and the quick snap on goal. And it's a major. Bryson McDougall read that absolutely beautifully. North Ballarat didn't spot the player concerned, but his handball was just cut off by McDougall, who steamed into goal, booted his first major of the game. That's East Point's third. And now 3-5-23, trailing by 35 points. North Ballarat 9-4-58. Is that the sort of good fortune that East Point need to turn things around here, as they are currently in deficit by 35 points as we tick towards the 19-minute mark of the second quarter in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day?
Great call there, Wes. Yeah, he cut it off beautifully. Bryce McDougall read the handball like a book. So back in the middle, Brown and McCallum. Oh, well done from East Point. They get that, but it's a good tackle from the player in Tom Brumlin Lynch. Now they'll go out. Merritt's in and under. Oh, good work from East Point. They get it out. This is Q goes long. Can they hit a target? He can't. At the fall of the ball is McDougall again. He throws it on the boot, but it goes and it just trickles out of bounds. Tell you what, when he kicked that one,
than a behind.
Oh, when he kicked that one, I thought it was going through. And they'll have a throw in 25 metres out from East Point's goal. They've looking more contested and they've been more hard at it in the last 5 minutes, although McCallum just grabs that one out of the ruck. And oh, big mark over the top. It's not paid. Oh, that was a great fly from Jack Riding. He really did ride that one all the way, and the umpire didn't call it. Didn't pay the mark as East Point win the ball back on the outer wing. This is Merritt. He's been classed. This quarter, but he gets run down from behind. Not aware, and North Ballarat are going to run through the outer side. Jamie Quick's going to get the ball. Can he find someone? Oh, running back, trying to make up for it was Sam Q, and a couple of exciting minutes there. Was nearly mark of the year from Jack Riding. And then a great run-down tackle on Jackson Merritt. So back in, outer wing, McCallum, good fist down, can't find it. There's Merritt again, he's been everywhere. Picks up against the flow and cops a little bit of a bump after it, the North Ballarat player. Now this player has a lot of time, the East Point. That's Liam Howard. Can he find a target? He can. Now he hits up Fraser and he goes and hits his teammate, and the crowd's starting to get into it. They got a bit of cheer about. It's that man again, Bryson McDougall. He's been everywhere this quarter. He's popped up 3 or 4 times.
Well, this is what East Point need, is successive goals to just start a bit of a fight back.
McDougall, not an easy kick. 45 out in a tough angle. He's got to go for the right goalpost here. He's gone for the left and it never came back. There's still a chance for a mark. If someone can rove it, no, they can't. Liam Canny was there. Just couldn't get a boot to ball as it trickles over the boundary line for a point. 3-6-24 East Point to 9-4 58 North Ballarat. There's 21 minutes gone on this Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Yeah, pressing towards half-time. Long penetrating kick from the Roosters to the outer side of the ground, although taken, and here's Jordan Taylor, and finds a target some 45 metres from goal. Might be Jeffrey. Wheels around, kicks towards the top of the square. McDougall's there, so too a number of Roosters, and it looks like the Roosters are going to prevail on this occasion. Little kick along the line. That's a clever sort of kick. Mars calling for the ball to be called out of bounds deliberately, and that's the way the umpire adjudicates. So Mar got his way with that suggestion. Kick inboard. Good mark taken on 50. Couple of North Ballarat players cannon into the back of Jack Jeffrey. Jack Jeffrey looks like he's going to settle back over the Sharon.
Appealing for the 50. Umpire didn't fall for it.
No, running on now. Jake Toolman received the handball from Jeffrey. Kick towards the top of the square. Taken by McDougall. Can he escape the clutches of his Roosters rivals? The ball spills free. Snap around the body from East Point. That is a beautiful kick. They have pulled one back. Great stuff by the Roos. And they've got successive goals, which is precisely what they've been seeking. And it's your man, JJ Jordan Johnston, that's booted his second, Archie Burley. And now the margin is 28 points in the shadows of half-time.
Yeah, when you need a goal for East Point, who else are you going to look to? But JJ Jordan Johnston, it's not the way he usually gets it, is he? He was actually standing off the stoppage this time, and it fell into his lap. I think Harry Loder's done a great job defending him today. But, yeah, on that occasion, you can't do much. And he just seems to know where the goals are at all times. As I said, that's his 41st goal for the year. And he's flying, isn't he? Back in the middle. Got a change in the ruck here for North Ballarat. It's one down from Brown. And it's going to be a stoppage virtually in the same spot. Ryan Luke having a go on the ruck there. Callum maybe having a spell up forward. Luke goes in hard. Good tap. Oh, Rhoda Moronis, he rove that beautifully. Gets it the 1-2 back with his teammate and Sam Q. Now they go down. They've got some momentum here, East Point. They wouldn't mind another couple. Going back with it. That was Ned Nash. He couldn't quite get the ball, and now he dives on it. The umpire says holding the ball, and everything's going East Point's way at the moment. They've got the momentum, and he turns his back. I don't know about that, but he's obviously confident in the distance. He's got to kick it 45, 50 metres. Liam Canny. Be a great goal in front of the bench, and I'll tell you what, this would get the pavilion up and going. Hear a great roar if he kicks this one. 50 out, Canny. Looks all right. Can it swing back enough? It doesn't have the distance. Right to the tip of the goal square. Someone's coming the mark. The umpire says play on. And I think that was the mark, but the umpire just said came off multiple sets of hands, and North Ballarat, while they're complaining, they're just going to run away with it. Go short. I think the umpire's still blowing his whistle. He's given a 50-metre penalty. I think that was complaining for the mark not being paid. This could really hurt him here because they've got all the momentum at the moment, East Point. They don't want to do anything silly and give it away. They're going to go straight up the middle to Sam Glover. They can get one here. They could almost stop the momentum of East Point. Now through Max Tate. They go out wide. Oh, well done from Merritt. He's looked classy today. Gets it hands out. Well done through the middle. Now back with a flight is Ryan Hobbs as North Ballarat hold position.
Hobbs at halfback, his side in the ascendancy by 27 points. He kicks it out further wide. Glover the target. His rival just bypasses the footy there, and so Glover has a bit of space in which to move. McCallum, beautifully row front and square by East Point. They do well in defensive 50. They might be able to bring this out via Johnston. Riding stands the mark. Johnston looks out to the commentary wing, takes a bounce, and then moves it on by foot. He's got Jeffrey, or is it Brown? And going to ground there, in fact, it was Tom Brown. Rhoda Moronis, tough as nails, retreats with the handball. Short to Walsh. Walsh, in turn, finds a target just slightly inboard from the defensive side of centre wing. Matt Johnston. Johnston switches play out wide over the top of McCallum. 9-4 plays 4-7. East Point just starting to show some signs at the 27-minute mark of this second term. They'll continue to switch at the moment. They just really want to obviously mitigate any sort of damage in the latter stages of this second term. This is Q. So Q right in front of us in the commentary position. Defensive side of centre wing. Called to play on. Almost closed down by the man on the mark. Big leap on that occasion came from Mitch Walsh. This opens the door now for North Ballarat. They take possession, succession of handballs. That one didn't hit the mark. Good smother. Well done there on that occasion by Walsh once again. Here's Spears. Oh, a little bit of push and shove going on behind the action. A couple of boys a little bit feisty with one another. 58 plays 31 as we tick towards the 28-minute mark of the second term.
Can't be long to go in this quarter. Been too many goals kicked, and now we'll go across. It's a thumping kick from Jacob Brown as he finds Merritt, who's had his own football this quarter. What a piercing kick that is, just over the head of his player. No one can get on the end of that. Oh, it was good from the North Ballarat defender, but he couldn't keep his feet. That was Scully. And tackled. I'll tell you what, Jackson Merritt has really been a class above this quarter. That kick, I'd say, is the only person on this ground, maybe Geordie Johnston, that could pull off a kick like that. So they're going to go Brown against McCallum. Neither can quite get to the ball. Squirt it out. Can't get it. Handball. A little bit slow. The North Ballarat defender. They need to steal one back here, East Point. He's taken. They're appealing for the high tackle. The locals are up in arms here.
And that's exactly where the umpire's indicating on the arm. The upper arm.
Yes. We know about this new rule implemented this week, the Jack Ginnivan rule, I like to call it, as it goes back in now. And they win it. North Ballarat gets it to the middle. Can't quite. They've got to be careful going across goal here because Jeffrey might run through and, oh, he nearly kicked the goal. He roved it beautifully and thrown it on the boot. Just couldn't seal it. And they need a couple of things to go their way to get back into this game. A couple of 50-50 chances like that to get back into it. 4-8-32 to 9-4-58. 29 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. It's the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Yes, 26 points separating the two sides in the shadows of half-time. North Ballarat play on. And they'll go wide. Oh, spilling the mark was Hobbs. Could have done better there on that occasion. Walsh takes possession, and a number of players take possession of him. East Point do win it back eventually. Succession of handballs. The chain continues, and then the kick forward, looking for Johnston. Siren sounds. Good fist away. And gaining the congratulations of Ned Nash was that North Ballarat defender. The ball fisted away. It is half-time in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League. North Ballarat 9-4-58, leading East Point 4-8-32, 29-41 that second term. It was 37 points at quarter time. It's now 26 points separating the two sides. As we see, McCallum's kicked 2 goals, Glover's kicked 2 goals, singles to Perks, Arts, Riding, Loverson and McCartan for the Roosters. For East Point, we have Geordie Johnston with 2 back on the goal kickers list after a dry weekend last weekend. McDougall and Carson 1 apiece. Archie.
Yeah, I think they got right back into that contest there, East Point. The spray from the coach at quarter time really got them up and about. I think Matt Johnston led the way as the captain across that half-back line. And, yeah, I think they've got a little bit more to give, but they definitely showed what they can do that quarter, and they had quite a few opportunities to kick goals they didn't take. So I think if they can clean that up a little bit, they'll be well on the way to get back in this match. I don't think it's anywhere close to over yet.
So there we have it at half-time. It is North Ballarat 9-4-58 to East Point 4-8-32 for the McCafe half-time break.
As proud sponsors of the Ballarat Football Netball League, we love supporting local.
And love community sport, and we encourage everyone to get out there, support your local football and netball league, and of course, support local business.
We're at the Eastern Oval for the match of the day. Thanks to Toyota in the McDonald's Ballarat Football Netball League, and it's North Ballarat 9-4-58, East Point 4-8-32 with Wes Cusworth and Archie Burley. And it's been a pretty engaging game, albeit the fact that fast-starting North Ballarat leapt to the ascendancy by 37 points at quarter time. It's now 26 points as the main break has concluded. And we hope you enjoyed your McCafe halftime break, wherever you may be. Hopefully you had the opportunity to drop into a McDonald's and to enjoy the beverages that they have on offer. We're about to get the third quarter underway under leaden skies here at the Eastern Oval. Anthony Koutafides over there in the Ruse social rooms. But over here in the commentary box, it's Archie Burley, and he's going to bring you the first of the third quarter action.
McCallum and Vermeer, well done from McCallum to win that down. Vermeer goes and gets the ball off the roving, and well done. It's going to be a ball up to not let North Ballarat get away there. They're going to start well here, East Point. Over there was McCallum hitting it down. They can't quite. Now it's a big kick out of the pack into the forward line of the East Point Kangaroos, and Geordie Johnston can't quite get the ball. Now North Ballarat, they're going to go straight through the middle. Oh, it's a good kick, and they get it out wide. That was through Walsh. Now on the end of it, gets pushed out of the way was McCartan. And then handballs up. Running after him was Spears. Can't quite. Big kick from Jacob Brown. Back with the flight was the North Ballarat player. The umpire says play on. He didn't mark it. He let it hit the ground. Did he dive on it? What does the umpire say? He says no prior opportunity. And we'll have a ball up 75 metres out from the East Point goal as Van Meel taps it down. Riding gets the rove, but it's a free kick, and it's going to go the way of East Point. It's going to go to Matt Johnson, the captain. Can he set the standard for his team early? Kicks it long and strong. His brother might fly here. He does. He can't quite get the ball. Running after, it's Merritt. Merritt kicks the goal. What a goal from Jackson Merritt. Roves the pack, and that's the experience of an ex-AFL footballer to run through, read the play, and slot the easiest of goals. He had all the time in the world, and he threw it on the boot quickly. That's just knowing where the goals are. As East Point kick the first goal of the third quarter, which they so badly needed to do. 5-8-38, East Point to 9-4-58. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter of the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Yeah, back to a 20-point margin. Great goal by Jackson Merritt, his first major of the game. And we are back in the middle of Eastern Oval. McCallum up against Van Meel. McCallum palms it down. Contested footy, Rhoda Moronis, the clearance beast. This is looking a little bit more productive for East Point. Taking possession was Ganley. He's won himself a free kick. Switches play, real worm-burning kick for Rhoda Moronis to contend with. Riding tried to close him down. Johnston eventually scrubbing sort of kick forward. It might work for them, though, because the ball is going to bounce awkwardly for North Ballarat, trying to win his way through. Good work, East Point. Now throwing it on the boot, and the Roos will go forward once again. Ball at ground level. North Ballarat dispossessed. Johnston hauls it in. Pack forms. And the umpire says we'll have the ball up some 35 metres out from goal. 9-4 plays 5-8. As once again, ball thrown up. Big leap from Van Meel. Clearance from Spears into space. Bouncing footy. It's a 2-on-1 situation, but the one does well, and that's Sam Glover. Boots it off the ground. Bounces beautifully for Loverson. Loverson steams into goal at the western end and misses to the right. Failed to capitalise on some really good work there on that occasion. The ball sat for him and they stretched the lead by 1 point out to 21 points as the Roosters 9-5-59 over the Roos 5-8-38.
Did everything right there. Lovingston just couldn't capitalise with the goal as Cam Lovick's going to kick in. So he's a short option. It's got to be pinpoint, and he is. Wants to move it quickly. Jake Tillman, but no, he's going to slow it down and go sideways. They've got the momentum early. Now they're going to go short up to Harry Ganley. They move it on with handballs through the outer side, running it down and now kicking. And they find Van Meel, they can. Is he going to get and go? He does. He gives it back. What a run this is from this East Point player. He takes 3, 4 bounces. He's going to run in, kick to the tip of the goal square. Can't quite get it to his teammate and Mitch Walsh. Can he turn his opponent inside out? He handballs it inside of the captain. He can't quite. Now the snap around the corner from Liam Canny. Can't quite get there. And Johnston solves his candy. Back to his brother. Back to Johnston. Kicks the goal with a little 1-2 with his brother. The Johnstons combine and Geordie Johnston kicks the goal. East Point right back in this contest. They've got all the momentum at the moment from end to end. And then Geordie Johnston teaming up with his brother and going into the open goal. Classy stuff from East Point. Brings the score to 8-6-44 to 9-5-59. North Ballarat in the lead by 15 points. 5 minutes 30 gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, interestingly, they haven't kicked a goal since the 9-minute mark of that second quarter when McCallum kicked his second. They have an opportunity through Loader now. Little kick forward. He was certainly knocked off the footy as he got his kick away. East Point gathered possession. Here's Johnston. Retreats, spills a handball out to Joe Dodd, who may have been held without possession, and that's exactly how the umpire saw it. Just defensive side of centre wing, Dodd. Number 21 today. Number of foreign numbers being worn by East Point, although they've turned it over. Here's Glover. He's looking for number 3. Here's snap on goal. Goes the journey. And they've broken their drought since the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. And that is the first goal of the third term for North Ballarat. It's Glover's third. It was a good goal and restored the margin back out to 21 points here at the Eastern Oval. North Ballarat 10-5-65. East Point 6-8-44.
It was the right idea from the East Point player trying to go back inboard. It's just the kick, the execution wasn't there. Call that bit of the hospital kick there. He made his teammate stand under it, and Sam Glover just came across beautifully, intercepted it, and then finished off with a goal. Their own mistake there, East Point, but they keep doing the right things. It's just the execution that let them down on that occasion. McCallum and Van Meel back in the middle. McCallum wins it, slaps it forward. It's a goal like that that can change the momentum of a game. It's a free kick. It's going East Point's way. Dodd, get the ball. Handball's out now. Here's Toolman. Goes long. Can someone take a mark over the top? The big fist from Hobbs. Rhoda Moronis goes in hard and hits that player. Puts him down in his haunches. That player's Charlie Perks, who hasn't got back to his feet as yet. He looks like he's struggling a little bit. So East Point retain possession. They're going to go through the outer side here. Here's a East Point player to Rhoda Moronis over the top with a great mark. It's Joe Fraser. It was a good centering kick. It set him and he just plucked it out of nowhere. Great work from East Point and great ball movement.
Yeah, I reckon that was Mitch Walsh with a good centering kick.
Joe Fraser, big goal in the context of this match. 25 out, not much angle about it. Directly in front, kicks, and he's pulled it hard left. Makes the umpire work for a behind. Scored a 6-9-45. East Point to 10-5-65. North Ballarat, 8 minutes 30 gone in the third quarter of this Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Nash with the kicking duties for the Roosters. Looks to be coming to the commentary side of the ground. And that's precisely what he'll do. He runs and then gains some territory, kicks, and a nice mark taken on full stretch by Jamie Quick at right half back. Quick adheres to the boundary, goes up the line. McCartan, but McCartan was outnumbered on that occasion, and the mark's taken by Jacob Brown. Brown sends it straight back inside 50. Rhoda Moronis leaps, has the ball knocked away. Does the work at ground level, could have been taken by the legs. It's O'Brien. Oh, he has his kick smothered. Overrunning the football was a teammate there in Quick, and now East Point go back in forward. Good work by Johnston. Knocks it out to the advantage of McDougall. McDougall runs out of tarmac. The ball to be thrown in. 25 metres around from the East Point scoring zone. They're stuck on 6-9-45. North Ballarat 10-5-65. 20 points separating these two terrific sides as we approach the 10-minute mark of our Ballarat Toyota match of the day, third term.
It's set to be a classic here, isn't it, Wes? As the ball's thrown back in. Neither ruckman really winning it. It's put down in front. Matt Johnston trying to will his team on with a great tackle. Inspired here by the coach. The spray they got at quarter time was an almighty one. And the players have responded accordingly. So the ball goes up. Van Mill and McCallum. So battle it as they have all day and runs out of room. Was Jonathan O'Brien. Set up behind the ball well here, East Point. We've got a player in Chris Carson who might get it if there's a quick kick out. And just as I mentioned, here's Carson. Looks back in. Looks to the middle. Rhoda Moronis. Couple of players want it long. They're going to go back to Carson. It might not be 15. The umpire says it is. He's 55 out. He looks for the piercing kick. Can someone fly? Hobbs did well to try and stop the ball. Now, in congestion. Couple of players diving on it. The umpire says, give it to me. 35 metres out from the East Point goal. Great work from Chris Carson, set up behind the ball there. It's back in. Quiet. It's a bit scrappy footy in there and gonna have another ball up. 6-9-45 to 10-5-65 on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. 11 minutes gone in third quarter.
Massive players around the football. Trying to escape the clutches was Max Tate, dispossessed. Ball falls so far as Merritt dispenses the handball. Kick forward. Oh, a couple of North Ballarat players waited for it there on that occasion, and ultimately Bromley Lynch is escorted over the boundary line. The ball to be thrown in. Some 15 metres around from the scoring zone. As McCallum and Van Meel set themselves for the ruck contest once again. No clear winner, but a clearing kick nonetheless by North Ballarat into open territory. No player forward of, in the front half there for North Ballarat until now, as we see a number of players converge on the scene, including Jamie Quick. Doing well there was Liam Howard. Succession of handballs, and now a short kick comes from the boot of Ryan Walsh. And East Point have it in midfield. Kick into the corridor and turning it over. The mark taken by Ned Nash. So Nash, defensive side of centre square. Short option, Max Tate has room to move. Kick is travelling just the necessary distance over the top of an East Point rival. McCartan is in pole position, does well. Deft little handball, good work by McCartan. Now Jenkins, round the body. Riding will run onto the scene. Good work defensively by East Point. That didn't travel the necessary distance, although the umpire is closer to the scene and he says it did.
Johnston, good hands out now. They're going to unload here. East Point, they're going to play her out in the wing. He's got to be strong with his hands. Lets the ball get behind. That was Joe Fraser. Well done from Hobbs. The hands inside. Now it's Ned Nash. Back, couple of handballs. Good work with Tom Brumley Lynch down the line. Neither team can take possession until Sam Q can and hits up Joe Dodd, who wants to get a move on his left boot. Kicks to the player. It's JJ Geordie Johnston. He's dangerous in this position. What can he do? And he lets the ball go out of bounds. We could all see something unfolding in front of us there, and it was unfortunate. The slight drizzle of rain might have affected the way he picked up the ball, but the ball's out of bounds, and we're going to have a throw in 30 metres out from East Point's goal.
That unpredictable oval football, Archie.
Comes back in, puts his head over at the North Ballarat player and then gets sat on. Matt Johnston doing the work there. He's really inspired his team in this quarter. He's been the one to really drive it, as he should as the skipper. So I go back in. Can't quite win the ball. East Point players. Now it comes back out, thrown in the boot from Riding. Couple of players. Oh, he try to slide his arm up there. How's the umpire going to see that? He's going to see it as prior. I think he will. He's going to pay holding the ball. And that's unlucky to Joel Maher. Although he probably did have prior, and they're going to move it on quickly. go down and a good smother from Jack Jeffrey, and then he gives him a look and lets him know all about it. His team will love that. That's just what they didn't have in the second quarter. It's those 1%ers in the first half that they just weren't showing as the ball's back in.
McCallum front position, fists it away. Ma swings onto the left, boots it long. Troubling sort of time now for North Ballarat, but look at that composure demonstrated by Tom Bromley-Lynch. Works it out wide. So it's a one-on-one situation, and first to the footy is Sam Q. Q with a kick forward, well measured, and the mark's taken by Mitch Walsh. Oh, must have been touched, or did he play on? Anyway, he has to dispose of the football hurriedly. Jeffrey, inside 50 now, one-on-one. Johnston, front position, had the ball fisted away, and now over the boundary line, 20 metres around from the East Point scoring zone. North Ballarat 10-5-65, leading by 20 points over the home team. East Point 6-9-45. We are midway through the third term in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
What a game it's been so far. It's got a bit in this. Jackson Merritt starring as the ball comes out. Good work from Riding. Gets it forward. Who's going to be there? Who's going to win possession here? And it's the North Ballarat player. He does well, gets the hands out. That's Loader. And he get it over the top. Good battle here with Howard. Can't quite win it. Now they do. They go further down. They've got a player, and good defensive mark. And he smacks his head into the fence. I hope he's okay. That was Ryan Walsh getting back with a defensive mark. Important time because Jamie Quick was looking to run in there on it open. If he didn't do that. Running over the top. That's big. Big effort from Walsh. And now dragged in. It's a hot footy at the moment. Hard to get your hands on with a slight drizzle coming down. It's a good one-handed mark from the East Point player. They're going to move it on quickly. He's going to go, and good defensive fist from the North Ballarat. And then he catches his opponent high. Geordie Johnston just couldn't get him around the waist there. And I think it's Hobbs that's going to exit from the defensive 50.
Oh, cut off by Ma. Good mark. He had a player coming at him, and he did really well to hold his ground. Kick towards right, left half forward. Bouncing footy, East Point. They dispensed the handball. Umpire said, no, you had prior opportunity, and the advantage paid. Little kick comes forward. Now Jenkins. Offloads by hand. Kick from Nash. Finds his target. It's Glover. He's booted 3. Inboard now. Loader over the top of his head. That opens the door for Dodd. Although doing well, North Ballarat. Here's Riding. Can he swing onto the left? He kicks it forward. Doesn't make clean connection. Just hacking it out of the air on that occasion. And really quite effectively. That was very well done by the East Point defender. And now they're away. This is Merritt. He steams forward. His target on this occasion is Bryson McDougall. He's booted a goal earlier this term. He does well, gets around his rival, and then he goes back into the corridor. Not a great kick. He didn't hit the target. McCartan, Spears, chain of handballs. It'll come back to McCartan. Does it sit for him? No, it doesn't. It really posed the real problem for him. And now the bouncing footy into the middle of Eastern Oval. Shaking off a couple of tackles. Ma retreats with the handball. Then the kick forward comes from Harry Ganley.
Comes out now. That was Jordan Taylor trying to take possession as North Ballarat win it back. That was through Spears. They go forward. They well set up. Good tackle from Jamie Quick. So he gets him and gonna have a ball up as the rain gets a little bit heavier here at Eastern Oval. The intensity of the match has just gone up twofold. Good tap from Brown, can't quite now. Good work from Ma trying to get in there, and the umpire said holding the ball. So they've got to go quickly here because they don't want to flood numbers back. Spears is looking. He's going to go quickly. He's going to go long. He's looking for Glover. He's got good hands. He can't quite get the ball. He's trying to get the half volley. He did well keeping it in. And now they are appealing for holding the ball. The locals here. And he doesn't give it. There's a bit of a scrap on behind play. As the umpire just throws it up as he should. There's 4 or 5 players off the ball having a little bit of a tussle as we speak. Now goes in. Romaronis kicks it. They're still worried. There's still a bit going on behind as one umpire tries to deal with it, but the game's still going on. They've got more important things to worry about as they'll go forward here. That was McCartan. There's still a few off the ball. And now they go in. Fletcher Loader. His game's intensity's just going up. And he's giving it, holding the ball for diving on it. They're going to go here.
I think we might have a free kick that's
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
from that contest over there. What a place to have a stoush right in front of the parochial balcony filled with the East Point
He's giving
faithful.
it a 50 as well. So Ma is going to have a 50, and it's a bit strange happening there. Half the players going for the ball, half the players going for the players, and they see Merritt out wide. Can he take the mark? It's a good fist coming across from Tom Brumley Lynch. They're going to retain possession though and go inside 50 looking for Geordie Johnson. He can't quite. He keeps the ball in. Could he do something special here? Geordie Johnson, he puts it at the tip of the square. Can someone take a mark? They can. In Jordan Taylor. Geordie Johnson doing the unselfish thing there, keeping the ball rolling and then throwing it onto his opposite. And Geordie Taylor, I don't think he knew he had it, and it just fell into his lap. And the fans at Eastern Oval here are going to get right up and about if he kicks this one, especially after the blue they've just had. Jordan Taylor to make it a 14-point margin. Goes back from 30 and slots it. He loves it. And the crowd's getting up and about here. East Point with all the momentum at the moment. What can North Ballarat do to stop this East Point side who have been there and done it a couple of times? Won the last 2 flags for the Ballarat Football Netball League. And they're coming now. Leaves the score at 7-9, 51 East Point to 10-5, 65. North Ballarat, 21 minutes gone in the third quarter. It's the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Yeah, it's really closing the gap now. Just 14 points separate the two sides. That fast start of North Ballarat. Can they capitalise on that? Loader works it out to McCartan. He's moved forward to the footy. No infringement, according to the umpire. Trying to get a kick away. Ooh, successfully getting a kick away was Joe Dodd. And the mark taken by Mitch Walsh. Walsh offloads by hand. Kick on goal comes from Jordan Taylor. Misses to the right. Misses by a fair margin. And it's out of bounds on the full. North Ballarat 10-5, 65. Lead East Point 7-9, 51. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter of our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Down, Brown over the top, lets it get over, but Merritt, he's been a star this quarter. Can he hit a target? He can't. Coming across was Tom Brumley Lynch. He did well. Now they win it back. Glover, oh, that was a good fend off. Gets caught, but the umpire says play on. He got his handball. They're still trying to go through the middle. They had to get onto the boot there, North Ballarat. Oh, and running away. That was special from Cam Lovig. Can he find a target? He can! Through Bryson McDougall, who's kicked one, and he had a ripping second quarter. One of the players that really got him back into this contest, and the crowd's getting up and about. It's really willing East Point along. If he kicks this, we'll bring it back to 2-goal margin, just about 25 metres out, 30 metres out. Tough angle. You'll be able to tell by his acceleration, and he's kicked it well across goal. Must come off the side of the boot there, and it's out of bounds on the full, the far side. And Harry Loader will bring it back in for North Ballarat.
Yeah, opportunity missed for East Point there on that occasion. They're in deficit by 14 points. They need to capitalise on those opportunities, as it is a switch of play, as we saw the mark taken by McCallum. Kick forward, although might have been partially smothered. Here's Jeffrey. He does definitely have his kick smothered. Claiming the scraps is Jamie Quick. Swings onto the left boot. Kicks long towards the offensive side of centre wing. Running onto it is Ryan Luke for the ball over the boundary line to be thrown in between half forward and centre wing. For North Ballarat, outer side of the ground, 24 minutes gone in this third term of our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. 65 plays 51. It's really heating up at the Eastern Oval after a massive first term from North Ballarat gave them a really substantial advantage. Sky high up the chimney type of kick for East Point. They do progress as Rhoda Moronis throws it on the boot. Bouncing sort of football, 2-on-1 situation. It's going to be North Ballarat with the numbers, although doing very well is JJ Geordie Johnston. Has his kick smothered by McCartan. He just read that beautifully, McCartan. And then he gets a handball out to the advantage of Spears. Spears weighs his options and then kicks towards Riding. He's dispatched unceremoniously by Joe Dodd as he kicks, and as a consequence, it's downfield. And in fact, no, there's something happened off the footy here on this occasion, and it's a free kick going East Point's way, and it's either downfield or a 50, but it's gone the way of Geordie Johnston. He offloads by hand. Toolman sends it to the right forward. Pocket the big leap. Oh, good work by Mitch Walsh. Paid the mark. Just 30 metres out from goal. Fairly tight angle, one would imagine, but well, that was a really unusual transition, Archie. I'm not sure if you saw what happened that gave Geordie Johnston the kick there at centre half.
So he gave Hobbs one, and the umpire didn't see it. Hobbs wasn't too happy. He went to give him one back and flattened him, and the umpire definitely saw that one and gave it, free kick to him.
How often does the retaliator get caught? As we see Walsh with a really important shot on goal from 40, kick towards the face, fisted over the line for just one behind. 13 points separate the two sides as East Point move along to 7-10-52, North Ballarat 10-5-65. 26 minutes gone, third quarter, in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
North Ballarat, they're clinging on to their lead here. They need to put some more scoreboard pressure on. It's a piercing kick to Jamie Quick in the middle of the ground. It's going to move it forward to Sam Glover. Should have taken that one out in front. Doesn't. East Point win the ball back. Tackled as he kicks it. It's in front of McDougall. Can't quite get it. Now behind the ball's Hobbs. Can he try and work it out? He does. Rhoda Moronis is there. He'll chase you down, and he does. But the umpire says it's all right, and Jamie Quick's going to have the ball. They go further. Down to a one-on-one. Great work from Glover. Gets away from his opponent. Kicks from 45 and slots it. Glover kicks the badly needed goal. He's kicked his fourth. And North Ballarat get that one back. It was a 50-50 and against the flow. How often do we see that? You don't take your opportunities at one end and the other team goes down and makes you pay. Sam Glover making a 50-50 chance. I think that's what they've done better today, North Ballarat. When they've had those 50-50 chances, they've taken them, where East Point have blown a couple, but great work from Sam Glover. Leads the score to 7-10-52 East Point to 11-5-71 North Ballarat. 27 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Well, the Roos 17 scoring shots to North Ballarat 16, Archie, and it's a 19-point margin that the North Ballarat Roosters enjoy at the moment as the rain continues to, trickle down. It's more just light rain falling at the Eastern Oval, and we'll have another ball up at the 27-minute mark of our third term, and the lights come on at the Eastern Oval. So that just sheds a little bit more illumination on our contest, which is very handy for the commentary team as the ball spills out to the advantage of North Ballarat, although the ball's become a little slipperier, and as a consequence, Jamie Quick, despite having some challenges there and gaining possession, was awarded the free kick because he was prepared to put his body on the line. So Jamie Quick sends his team forward. The lead comes, and high contact as North Ballarat first to the footy. Jacob Brown was impacted there in the marking contest, and Jacob Brown's going to have it at defensive 45.
So we see, look at the radar now. It looks like some rain, more rain could come down as the three-quarter time siren goes. And that's important, Wes, because if we get any more rain, starts affecting the contest, could become a slogfest, and the margin at the moment, 19 points, it could be enough to hold on for North Ballarat. So East Point's inaccurate kicking could cost them at the end of the day. They've left their run a little bit too late, perhaps, but there's still a long way to go.
Well, they did marginally win the third quarter, East Point. They were down by 26 points at the main break, and now they've got it back to a 19-point contest as North Ballarat lead 11-5-71, East Point 7-10-52 in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. Goals in that third term. We saw goals come from Geordie Johnston, Jackson Merritt and Jordan Taylor. Also kicked a major. And for North Ballarat, there were 2 goals kicked, and they were both kicked by Sam Glover, who took his tally to 4 goals for the contest. North Ballarat at three-quarter time, 11-5-71, leading East Point 7-10-52, a 19-point margin separating the two sides in what is proving to be a cracking contest here at the Eastern Oval. We'll be back on the other side of this break.
As proud sponsors of the Ballarat Football Netball League, we love supporting local.
And love community sport, and we encourage everyone to get out there, support your local football and netball league, and of course, support local business.
We're about to get the fourth quarter underway here in the Ballarat Toyota match of the day. North Ballarat 11-5, 71, East Point 7-10, 52 with Wes Cusworth and Archie Burley. And East Point with obviously a bit of work to do and to make amends for what was a pretty poor first term where they trailed by 37 points at quarter time. They conceded 7 first quarter goals to North Ballarat. As much as the rain might make this a little slippery, at least the ground's holding up well, Archie.
Yes, as we mentioned, all the grounds here are very well. So we got the first bounce and McCallum Van Meel go at it. Oh, Rodemonis, what a rove. And he kicks it out wide. Can he get it? It's just over the head of the player in Chris Carson. Can he win it back now? He goes in and under. Oh, good handball. That was Joe Dodd. And now moved on from the captain, Matt Johnston. Can they take a mark? Geordie Johnston might have been held. And he wasn't. From the umpire's view. And we'll have a throw-in 30 metres out from the East Point goal. The first goal is huge in this contest. In this quarter. Let's have a look. Rosett, well done. Van Meel. Johnston from the pocket, the captain kicks an unbelievable goal from nowhere. Johnston, Matt Johnston, the captain, kicks an absolute perler of a drop punt. Don't worry about the banana. Just keep it old school, and that could be what their team needs to get going in this final quarter. First blood, East Point. That's one of the best goals you'll see. Local footy, 8-10-58 to 11-5-71 on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. There's a minute 20 gone.
It's like a shot out of a gun, wasn't it? The way he speared that through the big post. Absolutely brilliant. As the umpire throws the ball up between Van Meel and McCallum once again. Won by McCallum, but it's the takeaway with East Point. They're playing much better football now, and they're trailing by just 13 points. 71 plays 58. Rodemonis, did he find a target? The umpire called play on. Must have been off hands. The ball will be thrown up some 60 metres around from the scoring zone for East Point.
And Johnston again with that clearance. He's been huge today and huge in this first quarter. This first half of this quarter. Van Meel gets it down. Can North Ballarat hold him up here? They've got to try and probably get some tempo back, probably slow the game down a little bit, because East Point love this fast footy. It works for them very much. They love going coast to coast. They love moving it quickly. Van Meel tries to jump over the top, takes McCallum out on the way, and Dodd cannot take it. Gets yelled at over the boundary by the umpire as McCallum has it at halfback.
So McCallum kicks along the line. Glover had first hands, couldn't hold on to it. Then Lovig, and we'll have another ball up right in front of us in the commentary position on the northern side of the Eastern Oval. 71 plays 58. Early doors, fourth term. McCallum, Van Meel have done the bulk of the ruck work. Jordan Taylor slung as he tries to dispose, and the umpire says did not. In fact, he disposed of it over the line. So that's actually gone the way of Fletcher Loader. So Loader kicks towards the lead of Glover, fisted away by Sam Q, and over the boundary line to be thrown in once again. So just outside attacking 50. North Ballarat into attack. They lead it 11-5 to 8-10. And this is really starting to loom as if it's going to be a most entertaining fourth and final term in our Ballarat
So
Toyota match.
Comes back in, McCallum gets a good fist down. He's taken without the ball there. That was Curran. The umpire didn't see it. And we'll have a ball up 50 metres out from North Ballarat's goal. It was paid deliberate there before Wes going out of bounds. Interesting call from the umpire. McCallum down. Rodemonis in and under as he always is. Now out the side to Taylor. Gets it forward. They're off here. Jack Jeffrey's got a paddock in front of him. Can he hit Geordie Johnston? He can. He's got to get up. He's got some players running in front of them. Gets forward. He's going to go to the deepest option there is. And well done from the North Ballarat defender to get behind that one in Sam Scully. Stood in the hole beautifully there and against the flow as the crowd's getting right into this one. hits up. It's a good mark from McCallum. Hobbs, it is, sorry. So he looks down. He's got a couple moving in front of him. Comes down there. They win the ball back East Point, or North Ballarat going to advance with it, and it's stuck in the hands of a North Ballarat player on the outer wing. Ball up quickly. The umpire wants to get this one moving. Gets down. Quick kick out of the pack, and they retain possession. Oh, it's well done from Motor Moronis. He's always on the end of it. Hack kick forward from Quick now. It's a one-on-one with Glover. Can't get the ball, but now they could win it back here from possession. North Ballarat, the fend-off, he's taken it. Could be holding the ball. Umpire says play on. It's a hot footy at the moment. Trying to get it forward. Neither team can really get any clean possession as the ball's gone over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball up on the outer side. 8:10:58 East Point to 11:5:71 North Ballarat. 5:25 gone in the fourth quarter.
I just reckon that East Point supporters might be wondering why this level of intensity wasn't there in the first term. They've certainly upped the ante. Opportunity for North Ballarat moving forward. Gather. Good work by Loverson. Centre. One-on-one, and the mark taken by Glover. Wow, that was a really, really clever kick as North Ballarat went forward. And Glover will settle back over the Sharon in the hope of securing major number 5 for the afternoon. He's certainly been the most productive forward on the ground. Still plenty of time left for East Point, but as we tick over the 6-minute mark of this fourth term, Glover for number 5. A left footer, no one on the line, comes in casually. Goal umpire does not have to move. Glover's got 5. The margin back out to 19 points here at the Eastern Oval. North Ballarat 12-5-77. East Point 8-10-58.
Something about left footers, Wes, when they're kicking for goal, especially set shots, they look so calm, cool, collected. Just looks a lot more natural than a right footer. Interesting, no one guarding the line there as well from East Point. So we'll go back in the middle. Advantage North Ballarat. The East Point have something more to give. I have a feeling that Matt Johnston's going to crack in hard here for his team, as he has all day. He's given, and his brother might have a big part to play in the result of this match. McCallum, Van Meel. McCallum, Van Meel probably won that tap. Can they get a clean ball? They can't, as Fletcher Loader lays a good tackle. Just got to get out into space here. They get it. They work really well when they get it to space. East Point goes up. McCallum hits it. And there's a free kick. It's going the way of East Point for a holding free kick against Fletcher Loader. So they're going to send it in here through Jake Toolman. Jake Toolman goes long, over the back. Could it get there? Couldn't quite pick up the ball. Was Bryson McDougall. Now caught with it was Dodd. The umpire says play on. Matt Johnston cracking in there hard. Liam Canny around the corner. Can someone take a mark? They can! It's a brilliant contested mark from McDougall. Bryson McDougall, he's had 5 or 6 chances for goal today. I think he's only kicked 1. But he's been red hot, and he's had a couple of wayward set shots, hasn't he, Wes? So let's see if he can get this one. An important part of the match. He's got to kick this one to bring it back to 13 points. Bryson McDougall, maybe the most important kick today. From 25 metres, not much angle, kicks, it looks all right. Is it coming back? It's not. He's missed again, and he throws his mouth guard at the ground. Not happy whatsoever as he misses to the left side. Brings the score to 8-11-59 to East Point to 12-5-77 North Ballarat. 8 minutes 45 gone in this final quarter. Huge miss from Bryson McDougall.
19 scoring shots to 17. East Point winning that tally. However, they are in deficit by 3 straight kicks. Long, penetrative kick. Merritt. Johnston. Handball doesn't quite hit the target. O'Brien throws himself at the contest. He's immediately wrapped up. Pack forms. Umpire intervenes. We'll have a ball up between, or just forward of centre wing. North Ballarat into attack as we tick over the 9-minute mark. Clock will become increasingly important in this contest as It is East Point taking possession and immediately wrapped in the tackle. Remembering that if you've just joined us, that it was in fact a 37-point margin at quarter time as North Ballarat burst out of the blocks. And East Point, unfortunately for them, will lament yet another slow start that has proved costly at different times throughout the course of this home and away season. And the question is, will it prove costly again today? Another ball up. McCallum palms it down, taken by Johnston. Works it out wide. Taylor tries to keep it in. Runs out of tarmac. The ball to be thrown in on centre wing outer side of the ground. 77 plays 59 in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Could be that 15 minutes at the start of the game is going to cost East Point. They've been better ever since then. As the ball comes out and they win it through Rhoda Moronis. He's cracked in hard all day. So going to have a ball up on the outer side, moving 20 metres to the right from the previous ball up, and they're going to try and get the ball out into space. That's when they work best here, East Point. So it comes up again, tries to take on the tackle, gets out to Rhoda Moronis. Now thrown in the boot from Matt Johnston. Can someone take a mark? And they can, but it's the North Ballarat player going back with a flight. He's going to switch. It's riding against Toolman, and coming over the top was really well done from the East Point player. Get it short. This player's got some space. That was Walsh, and he hits up Jeffrey. Now, Toolman, can he kick the goal? It goes a long way. It's not on target. Can someone take the mark in the square? They can't. And then off the deck, Geordie Johnston kicks the goal. Fumbled the mark, kept it in play, and as Geordie does, he does something special. Kicks his fourth. It's been a battle between him and Sam Glover for goals today. It's his 43rd for the year as well. He's been electric up forward this year after going goalless last week. It's a bit of a shock. And a close loss to Sebastopol. He comes back firing. He's kicked 4, and dare I say, he could have another couple in him. 9-11-65, East Point to 12-5-77. North Ballarat, 12 minutes gone in the fourth quarter of the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Yes, just 12 points separate the two sides as Van Meel and McCallum set themselves once again. We tick towards the 12-minute mark of this fourth and final term. Plenty of time left. McCallum wins it down to his own advantage. Little kick forward. Almost marking was Loverson. Had to try to take it on the half volley. Then the pack forms, and the umpire says that it's a ball up. 55 metres out from the North Ballarat scoring zone. 77 plays 65.
Can North Ballarat respond like they did before? I'd be watching for Sam Glover here in this contest as it comes out. It's going to stay in there, but Sam Glover's the real danger man for North Ballarat. As he comes up closer to the ball. They're leaving a bit of space for the 4 forwards inside 50 here. It's balled up. Can't quite get the ball out. It's another throw in. They've progressed 6 metres. 45 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. Need someone to do something special here. And they do. Rhoda Moronis gets the ball, runs himself into trouble, and then gets his kick smothered. McCallum trying to get the ball forward. Riding's there. Can he pick it up? He can. He gets pushed in the back. The umpire says play on. Now they'll get the ball out through Dodd. But he kicks it straight to Ma. Now Ma moves it on. They've got a couple of players back. Going back with a flight there was Bromley Lynch. But the ball keeps going forward. Socket off the ground was from McDougall. Now they get it forward. Here's Walsh. Struts in. Sees a player in the middle. He can take the mark. He can. He's going to play over the top. He's going to go back and have a set shot. This is Joe Fraser. Well done from East Point, and well done from Bryson McDougall to have the vision to give it over the top to Walsh, and then Walsh in the middle to Joe Fraser, which is no doubt the most important kick of the day so far to bring it back to a 1-goal margin. Joe Fraser, 25 metres out, directly in front. You'll be able to tell by his celebration, and they all get to him. Look at the celebration from the East Point players. Every single player on the ground could be his first goal in senior footy, but great celebrations, and the crowd's up and about as well. We've got the momentum here, and the energy's good for the East Point players. It's all about momentum. What can North Ballarat do to respond here? 10-11, 71. East Point to 12-5, 77. North Ballarat. Nearly 15 minutes gone in the fourth quarter of the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
Roosters led by 19 points at three-quarter time, but 3-1 in this fourth and final term has East Point closing quickly. Ryder Baronis, the clearance beast, howled as he attempted to gather possession there on that occasion. Called to play on advantage, pumped long by Dodd. Big lead, Johnston! Oh, what a mark! Brings the balcony crowd to life here at East Point. Johnston to settle back over the Sherrod for number 5 and to draw the scores level in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day. There was a pat forming and he flew high, took the grab. He comes in directly in front. A player of his calibre, this should be bread and butter. Johnston for number 5. Comes in, kicks it. His teammates rush to him. Scores are level in our Ballarat Toyota match of the day for round 14. What a contest we've got as East Point kick their 11th major, 11-11, 77. North Ballarat, 12-5, 77.
No doubt one of the best contests this year, Wes. Calling that early. It's got everything, doesn't it? 2 key forwards kicking goals. A good midfield battle, a good ruck battle. Is there a classic finish to come? You'd have to say at the moment, East Point, their home ground, the crowd up and about, they've got the momentum. Probably have the edge, but you never know. North Ballarat, we know they're experienced. Could pull something out as McCallum strangely not in the ruck. It's going to be Jonathan O'Brien against Brown. O'Brien can't win it. Ryder Baronis, he's been electric this final quarter. Gives it back to their half-back line. They're going to go in again here, and they take a mark. Ball hits the deck. This could be a huge contest. He's dived in on it. He gets the ball out. There's a Dodd, gets it out, kicks to one-on-one in the middle. And it's going to run out of bounds. It was a one-on-one there between Bryson McDougall and Ryan Hobbs. As the crowd holds its breath. Ball's going to come back in, 25 metres out from the East Point goal. Comes in, Brown, can't quite get the tap. Ryder Baronis lurking. Now picked up the ball into the middle. Ma, could he kick the goal? Snaps around the corner, it's missed. But it's an important point. To the far side. Let's bring the score to 11-12, 78. East Point to 12-5, 77. North Ballarat, 18 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. We're in for a classic finish for the Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
East Point have captured the lead for the first time in our round 14 Ballarat Toyota match of the day. They've been in deficit all game, and as we tick over the 18-minute mark of our fourth and final term, Ned Nash to propel North Ballarat forward. Kicks to John O'Brien. Had first hands on it, but couldn't hold on to the mark. The pack forms and the umpire intervenes and says we'll have a ball up 55 metres. In fact, there's a free kick come out of it. As Riding, I suspect it is, that's won himself a free kick at right half back. So Riding, his side in deficit by a point, little up and under. Finds Clay Jenkins. So just working the ball forward now, North Ballarat. Not rushing it forward like we've seen. Oh, that's a really good mark. Not rushing it forward like we've seen East Point. That might be Glover, I suspect. A long way from home. He's been the primary goal kicker for North Ballarat today. A very stylish player. Kicks towards half forward. Edging his opponent forward there was James Curran. Called a play on. Here's Bromley Lynch. He's wrapped in the tackle. And the umpire says we'll have a ball up some 35 metres from the Roosters' goal. 11-12, 78. East Point leading by 1 point over North Ballarat. 12-5, 77. And this is after North Ballarat led by 37 points at quarter time.
Cam McCallum back in the ruck after being at full forward. Get the ball out. Glover was nearly on the end of it. Just didn't get to him. He's the danger man around these contests. Locked in there. I think it is. We're going to have another ball up. 20 metres out from the North Ballarat goal. Watch for Sam Glover in this contest. As the rain stopped, we're in for a classic finish down. It's right on the boot from Fletcher Loader. Is it going to score? It's not. It's going to be out of bounds, which I'd almost prefer as a North Ballarat player to have another crack at it. Nearly 20 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. East Point in the lead by 1 point. 25 metres out from their goal. McCallum, can he get it down to a teammate? He can't. It's kicked out from Matt Johnston to Ma. Can they get it going here? He's kicked it to space. There's a race on here between a couple of players. He can't grab the ball. Scully, and there's free kicks given away for pushing the back. The crowd doesn't like it, but it was there. Scully is going to take the risk and go into the middle. He's going to find Tim Spears. Spears over the top. Oh, it's a drop mark. Riding's running in. Can't quite get there. So's Perks. And the free kick. It's going the way of East Point. And they'll kick. Joe Dodd will kick out of defence.
Dodd, his side holding a slender 1 point lead. Real up and under. Does gain great distance though with the kick. Ball goes to ground. Sweeping handball out the top, knocked over the top, but taken away by East Point. Kick smothered. Keeps the ball inside 50. McCartan throws himself at the contest as you'd expect. Quick snap on goal from Jamie Quick. Quick kicked it. He's put the Roosters back in front at the 21-minute mark of the 4th and final quarter. Well, opportunistic goal from Jamie Quick. And now North Ballarat 13-5, 83, 5-point leaders over East Point, 11-12, 78.
As we said, Wes, they've taken their opportunities a lot more today. 18 scoring shots to 23 on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard. And it could be the difference. It's North Ballarat edged their way in front. And what does East Point have to give? Tell you what, Matt Johnson's going to be on this. Going to get this clearance. He's going to be hunting for it. Him and Rhoda Moronis. Let's see what they have. Ball goes up. McCallum and Brown. It's won by Brown. Rhoda Moronis gets it out. Can't quite. Here they go. Johnson, the captain. Can he find a target? He can't. He can, but it's well done from McDougall. Handball out. Now Dodd around the corner. Left foot. Touched on the line. The goalkeeper, what a time for Harry Loader. Joe Dodd around the corner, left foot snap, and Harry Loader, the goalkeeper, punching it through for a behind. And Max Tate will have the kicking duties for North Ballarat.
83 plays 79. As we see the Roosters looking to hold on, looking to defend this 4-point advantage that they currently enjoy. We tick towards the 23rd minute mark of our round 14 Ballarat Toyota match of the day. McCallum, Rhoda Moronis does the roving kick forward. Awkward bouncing footy. Oh, it might go the journey. No, an opportunity to kick it off the line. Johnston tries to keep it aligned. It has gone over the line. It's a 3-point game. 11-14 East Point, 80. North Ballarat, 13-5, 83. It's the Roosters still defending a 3-point advantage.
Harry Loader, the crowd trying to put him off, goes along down the line, looking for McCallum. He can't, and it's fisted over. It's ideal for North Ballarat. We could still have a long way to go. We know that the first quarter went for nearly 34 minutes with a lot of more goals scored in that quarter, but expect this one to go close to the 30-minute mark. 23 minutes and a half gone as McCallum fights for front spot. He can't quite get there. You can throw a blanket over 20 players right now, and half the team's in there, and it's going to be a ball up. 65 metres out from East Point's goal. They're hunting for this one. You can feel it's coming. Tracking the ball back was Jordan Taylor, and the ball goes over the line. Someone's going to produce something special here. There's one last twist in this match. Look for the long high ball into the 50. They fight for it. O'Brien in the ruck now, and they're going to throw it back in again. The shallow throw in. McCallum's gone behind the ball. They've got O'Brien. Gets the tap down. Can't quite. Good tackle from Ma. They're appealing for holding the ball. The umpire says it is. The tackle from Ma. He might be taking it. There could be another one. I think it is Ma. He's going to take the... Or is it the captain? It is. Matt Johnston. What a time.
And he's got a boot on
To
him
put
too,
him
Matt
in
Johnston.
front. Captain Courageous goes back from 50 to put him in front. His reaction will say everything. And he's missed it to the near side. If you had one man in your team to take the kick, it would have been him. And he's just missed. It's now a 2-point margin. 11-15, 81 East Point to 13-5, 83 North Ballarat.
Tate with the kick-in duties. Gains some territory with the run and then goes long, big fly from Hobbs. Ball goes to ground, trying to burst through. There's McCartan. He's slung as he gets the handball away successfully. Then another one. Little bit of a no-look. Good gather by Spears at ground level. Kick forward. Taken by Jake Toolman. Cut off. Plays on immediately. Pumps it long. Knows that time is on the wing. Oh, ball spills to the back of the pack. It comes out. An opportunity for Jake Jeffrey. He is going to put the Roos in front. Jake Jeffrey has given East Point the lead. Right in the shadows of full time. The balcony crowd erupts. And East Point lead by 4 points. We are nearing the full-time siren. And East Point 12-15, 87. North Ballarat 13-5, 83.
Get McCallum in the middle. They need him to win this tap. Get it down to one of the mids. Watch for Fletcher Loader. Still enough time for North Ballarat to kick a goal here. 4-point margin.
Unbelievable when you consider that North Ballarat's led for most of the contest and 37 points at quarter time. What a fight back by East Point.
I'm putting it down to that spray at quarter time as the ball goes up. McCallum gets hands out now. Good contest in the middle. It's going to be a bit of a slogfest these last couple of minutes, however long there is left. McCallum is going to play a big role. He just holds his ground and hits it out the back. They do win the clearance, but well fought back. Rhoda Moronis right in there as he always is. They can't quite win the ball, and driven into the turf is the North Ballarat player. The stadium holds its breath.
7-goal fourth term, Archie. It'll go to 30 minutes, one would imagine.
Gets it out. Can't quite. Now, kick forward from Merritt for East Point. Can he take the mark? The North Ballarat defender, he can't. Jeffrey kicks the last goal, gets through. Over the top to Dodd. Can they get it forward? They can nearly ice it here. Running in the goal. East Point over the top. It's going to be McDougall. He's going to mark it. He's going to kick the goal. On the line to probably seal it. For East Point, it was great work from East Point to get it out there and over the top. McDougall probably would have taken my 30 seconds there and gone back, wasted the clock, but could be a bridge too far now for North Ballarat.
Well, what a last quarter by East Point. They have kicked 6 goals to 2 and stormed back to a 10-point advantage, 13-15, 93 to 13-5, 83. And they've had those 10 extra scoring opportunities. North Ballarat have been quite superb for the first half in particular, but East Point's back half of this contest has been extraordinary. As the boys go at it again in the middle, palmed away by Brown, but taken by North Ballarat, kick forward. It's all East Point at the moment. Dodd's been outstanding in this fourth term in particular. He kicks towards half forward. Ma was good, but went to ground. And now an opportunity for North Ballarat to reload. Through Loader. Loader kicks long. Front position. Good work by Brown. And he'll just hold things up defensive side of centre wing. His side in the ascendancy by 10 points.
Brown puts the hand up and just says, we're going to take our time here. The key for North Ballarat's to try and man up. Don't let them get too many uncontested marks because they're just going to milk a minute or two off the clock and they're going to have no chance. They want them to go long down the line and hope for an error and a turnover, which they do now. They got a win back possession here, North Ballarat. McCullum trying to come over the top. Rhoda Moronis can't quite get the ball. Matt Johnston, he's cracked in hard all day. Gets it there, and he's making sure that ball doesn't come out. He's doing everything he can to make sure they win this game. You think with nearly 30 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard, East Point have done enough, leading by 10 points. Good tap from McCullum out here. Do they have anything left here? North Ballarat trying to tap the ball forward, get it into space, and it's run out of bounds. On the far wing.
Simon McCartan, he'll give 100% all game long, won't he?
Ball's back in. Fighting front position, McCullum and Brown. McCullum wins that tap, but it's to the advantage of an East Point player. I think it was Merritt, kicks it into space, and it's going to be a mark, and they're just going to hold it up. Coach telling them to take their time, long down the line. Don't think anything stupid here. That's Dodd. Going, good mark over the top from Mitch Walsh. He's going to take their time there, and I think they've done enough, East Point. They've been the better team after half-time. And they've got an uncontested mark inside their 50. No one near this player. Tell him to chew up the clock. I think that's what he's going to do. And then take his 30 and put it beyond doubt for North Ballarat. They've been gallant today. They just didn't do enough after second quarter. As he goes long and kicks it out of bounds on the full, but I don't think it will matter. 31 minutes gone now. East Point 13-15, 93 to North Ballarat 13-5, 83. 31 minutes gone on the Ballarat Toyota scoreboard.
Up the corridor. No time to waste for North Ballarat. Ball fisted away. There's Spears. 55 out. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Inside the final 60 seconds of our game. 93 plays 83. What a remarkable turnaround for East Point after conceding so much ground early on. There's Ma. Offloads. An opportunity steaming forward. Fisting it over the line. Clever work by Harry Loader. He's been resilient down back. He's not going to get the spoils today, but one can clearly see that North Ballarat are going to be there amongst it when the whips are cracking at the end of the home and away season. They're certainly amongst the best teams in the competition, having knocked over Melton last week and now just being overrun in the latter stages by the reigning premier of the past two seasons. Long kick up the corridor, taken by East Point once again. They've really been able to hold things through that midfield region, and Johnston finds his teammate. And I reckon that might be McDougall, who says, I'll just take my time, boys.
He's had probably 6 or 7 shots at goal.
Yeah, hasn't quite hit the high notes with his goal kicking today, but nonetheless, he's certainly done some very good things. He's kicked 2, and now an opportunity to stretch this lead even further. He comes in now. He'll have to kick from 55. Gets close to the man on the mark. It's a real up and under. Won't go the journey. Flying. Here's Ma. Siren sounds! Siren sounds for what has been a memorable East Point win here at the Eastern Oval. Rapturous applause emanating from the balcony here at the Eastern Oval. What a game we have witnessed. 13-15, 93 East Point. North Ballarat 13-5, 83. And East Point were in deficit by 37 points at quarter time. They trailed by 26 points at half time. 19 points at three-quarter time. Stormed back to capture the lead for the first time in the game at the 17-minute mark of this fourth and final term. They conceded the lead back to North Ballarat, but then were able to bounce back with the last 2 goals of the game at the 26 and 28-minute mark. Jeffrey and McDougall were the main protagonists there, and as a consequence, East Point hold on for a momentous 10-point defeat of North Ballarat, 13-15, 93 to 13-5, 83. And I'm going to leave it to Archie Burley to take us through the goal kickers for the respective sides and also to take you through some of the better players in his wrap as part of the Carlton Draft post-game summary here in our Round 14 Ballarat Toyota match of the day.
East Point, they shared it. They only had 2 multiple goal kickers. Matt Johnston, Jackson Merritt, Joe Fraser, Chris Carson, Jack Jeffrey, and Jordan Taylor, all with singles. Bryce McDougall with 2 goals, and Jordan Johnston with 5 goals. And for North Ballarat, we had Sam Arts, Jamie Quick, Simon McCartan, Jack Riding, Charlie Perks, and Isaac Lovingson with singles, with McCullum, the ruckman, with 2, and Sam Glover with 5 himself. It was a good performance from both teams today. The best players for East Point I had was the captain, Matt Johnston, willing his team along in the second quarter. Jackson Merritt with his class. Rhoda Onus winning the clearances out of the middle. Geordie Johnston, obviously, with his goals, and being, after a quiet week last week, having the final say. Bryson McDougall, also up forward, was dangerous. And special mentions to Jack Jeffrey for kicking the goal to put them back in front, and Joel Van Meel for facing one of the premier ruckmen in the competition. And yeah, competing hard all day for North Ballarat. Some of the best players were Sam Glover with 5 goals. McCullum battled hard all day, as he always does. Fletcher Loader down back, and Harry Loader being on Geordie Johnston is no easy task, as we know, and he competed hard all day. So great work to him. We thank you for joining us today for the Ballarat Toyota match of the day. Special thank you to Wes Cusworth, who joined me in commentary, and East Point Football Club for hosting us here. The Red Onion team, we also thank Brock for producing today and doing the camera work. So great work there. We hope you can join us next week. Thank you.
As proud sponsors of the Ballarat Football Netball League, we love supporting local.
And love community sport, and we encourage everyone to get out there, support your local football and netball league, and of course, support local business.